ass. I can't wait for all their old games to come back.
I made a prophecy that Sega was gonna come back with a console.
That'll never happen. They don't have the money to.
That's what everybody says.
They don't.
Mm-hmm.
They don't.
Surely don't. Mm-hmm.
It has to be like fucking Tencent or something. Someone with fucking hundreds of billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Sega don't have that. Sega's worth like a couple $1 billion. It costs more to make the system than they're fucking worth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, the shop. Ooh, Ninja Whip. Oh, Ninja Whip. Let's go. Holy shit. Look at the ball.
Alrighty. Posted. Mm-hmm. Oh shit. Oh man. What you been playing on
Shinobi.
with your wiener?
No, not lately. Probably tonight though. I'm not even lying.
With your booty
Oh
hole?
wait, no, that'll probably be tomorrow night. Never mind. Marcus always sleeps with me on the weekends, so I can't.
It's like, get the fuck out. Is daddy
I
father
need
time.
5 minutes. Get the fuck out.
Damn, that's a long time, bro. You're a fucking Olympic
I
fucking.
know. No, actually, it takes about an hour. Fucking 58 minutes to find the video I
That's
want, and
true.
fucking 2 minutes to.
That's true. It's like, come on, man.
Hour
Google.
and a half to pick out what video I want to watch in fucking 90 seconds to.
It's like Google can recommend me fucking sneakers that I don't even know I want yet. That when I see, I know I want them, but yet they can't recommend me the right video.
I know.
Like what the fuck, dude? Like, what kind of fucking bullshit AI is this?
I know. I've spent 2 hours looking for a video for 2 minutes. You know what I mean? At
No,
most.
the worst part is you're just wasting so much time. It's like it's got to be just right. You know. Let's
Pisses me off.
see. We got a lot of topics, man. But me and you should be able to fly right by them.
Uh,
There's some
Lucas just
disappointing
said, "You're in a party with Will." Yeah, I am.
party, but not a party.
Uh,
What is up, you gamers out there in the dark, not chatting with us? How are you this evening? We just waiting a few minutes. People always love to show up like 20 minutes after we start. Yeah, we got some topics today. I'll tell you what, man, I seen a lot of motherfuckers pre-ordering Battlefield 6. It's like, first off, why are you pre-ordering a digital game? That's number one. Like, what?
Ooh,
People, just
oh.
general people. It's like, why the
Sometimes
fuck?
I do if there's a lot of them coming out and I'm really confident, but because I like to spread them out from checks.
For what? Are they gonna run out of digital copies or what?
No, I just like to fucking not spend all of it in one pay period, if that makes sense. There's 3 games coming out in
Hmm.
like a week.
Hmm.
It's about the only time I do it.
Hmm. So what you're saying is you're not an adult and can say, hey, this game is $75 with taxes. I'm just gonna not touch $75 with taxes in my bank account.
Well, no, because there might be 3 of them that week. I don't want to spend 200 and fucking $30 in one day.
Hmm. Interesting. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Telling you, man, fucking up the game. Oh, was I gonna say? Oh yeah, fucking retards like Nelson pre-ordering fucking Battlefield 6 digital copies at that. Two, like they didn't.
I didn't pre-order that. I didn't pre-order anything yet.
No, no, you didn't pre-order Battlefield 6, but you just told me you pre-order some games digitally. The point is, don't fucking pre-order. Now, I'm not gonna act like I'm a saint here because I do pre-order games physically. I don't pre-order digitally, and not all games, just a couple. Especially if you have some sort of you know, some perks that you get from it. You know, like GameStop, they do steelbook cases or you know, just different shit. But the thing about the pre-orders with physical games, especially the smaller ones, I don't really pre-order the big games. Even RoboCop I picked up today. I didn't pre-order that, and I was really looking forward to it. But with the physical games, sometimes they don't get them on time. So pre-ordering helps kind of speed that up a little bit. Stores that have pre-orders tend to get them first, and also just limited quantities, right? I mean, sometimes these indie people and double A's they don't make a lot of them. But that doesn't mean that I automatically just give them the money and set it and forget it. The week of, I tend to look at people what they're saying just to make sure the game's not broken or anything like that. If it's broken, I have no qualms with canceling the pre-order or moving the money to something else. But digitally, I mean, I understand with the perks that you get. Just buy the game an hour before you comes out. You know what I mean? Like you're not
That's what I do.
losing
I
out.
always do it for an hour because the reviews are out. The fucking, you know what I mean? Some
Yeah,
people in other places have already played it. I've already heard it runs good. It's fucking, you know what I mean?
just get your little extra whatever skins or whatever the potions, whatever the fuck the game comes with, and
Yeah.
keep it moving.
People in other places have already played it. They can tell you if it's worth getting or not.
But yeah, people pre-ordering digital games months in advance. I don't understand
I
that.
don't do that. Fuck, I died.
Hey, what hotel do you normally stay at when you go to the Dells?
I haven't been there in like 20 years.
No, you've
Wherever
been
my
there two
parents picked.
years.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you did.
I've been there since like 2003.
You went the year you were unemployed.
No, I did not.
Then you were lying. And you
Then
were
I
fucking
probably was.
lying.
I must have been.
You're a fucking liar. 'Cause you sent pictures and everything. You were with the
That
family.
was Jellystone.
My bad. Who the fuck goes camping? Camping's for fucking losers.
I do.
Fucking pinch a tent outside in your backyard. Come in, still use your house and kitchen appliances and shit. Fucking bugs crawling up your ass. Fucking
I sleep
hot,
in a camper.
humid.
I sleep in my parents' camper, so
Oh, yeah, that ain't fucking camping.
it's camping to me. We do it at a resort. It's actually pretty comfy.
Fucking sleeping in a trailer. That's fucking sleeping in a mobile home.
Mobile home. That's what it is.
It's not fucking camping, dude.
I don't want to be in a tent unless I have to.
Well, then don't say you like camping because you obviously don't.
Okay. I don't.
You like sleeping in mobile homes outside of your home.
I just like to be close to water. A pool,
Fucking
preferably.
Park your mobile
Basically,
home next to a fucking Walmart. There's lots of swimming pools in there.
I just did all my shopping and stuff today after kids wrestling practice because I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, clean out my locker, go home, shower, get up and fucking pack the cooler and off we go. Get back Sunday, do laundry, go to bed early so I make sure I make it to work in the morning, which I haven't done in fucking years for orientation.
Where the fuck is why are you going on a big ass trip for orientation?
Right before it
Oh, you mean orientation and then your trip?
for work. No, I was gonna work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or actually I would have taken this Thursday off anyways, but it's my last day, so I'm not taking off because I think it would owe hours because I would have used more hours than I've earned this year, I think. So I just fucking
Well, you're
just
boring
leave it
people.
where.
People are leaving.
Well, I'm sorry. Fucking thought you were waiting still.
No, we went live. I already tweeted it out. You didn't even forward it.
Well, nobody gives a fuck about vacation. Well, fuck you too.
No, why the fuck would people care?
Fuck
People
y'all
don't
too.
even care about my shit. People don't even people don't even care about people don't care about shit, bro. People are fucking selfish. Nobody has any interest in anything anybody does except if it benefits them.
Yeah, well, hey, the last podcast got 115 views.
So cool. I don't think we cracked over 100 in a while. But
I
today,
think we've only done it one other time.
today we're gonna be talking about some if what is it? If maybes and if and maybes and if and or maybes. Um, Steam has got some really good information, which kind of gives a decent picture, but not good enough because we all know PC gamers are fucking weird. And I was just thinking, how many PC games crack over 10 million, like copies sold,
Mm,
like strictly PC games, not
World of
multiplayer
Warcraft,
games.
Counter
Mm,
Strike, Pal
no,
World. Oh, that ain't. Well, there isn't any. They don't really have exclusives. It's all fucking shit people do in their basement and shit.
they do. I mean, Dune right now you can only play on fucking PC.
Yeah, it cracked 10 million. I doubt it cracked a million.
That's what I'm saying. Like PlayStation, they're gonna crack 10 million on fucking God of War. They're gonna crack 10
Eventually,
million on fucking Spider-Man and Horizon and fuck, even Uncharted, they're gonna crack 10
Pal
million.
World they would have even if it wouldn't have been on Xbox because nobody bought that shit on Xbox.
No.
But they play weird shit on fucking. They're a different fucking breed of people.
But PC may not get exclusives like console gets, but they get timed exclusives, right? Exclusives that are on PC for 6 months, a year before they can finish porting it over to console. But I was just thinking about that. I was like, you don't hear many big numbers, right? But yet, when Nintendo does it or PlayStation does it, it's not that big of a deal because attach rate ain't that much, right? Because there's 200 quadrillion billion fucking consoles and they only sold 10. Like, such a poor sales number, right? Like, these people are completely fucking retarded.
Well, that's what's funny is like on PS4 fucking like God of War, Spider Man, and Horizon Zero Dawn are the three best selling games on that. More than COD, more than fucking any of that shit. Any of them.
Hmm.
Not as a total, but as a singular game. They don't sell as many as fast because COD's basically washed out in like a year because people aren't buying it as much once it's a year old.
Oh,
Some
fuck.
do, but it
I,
don't have legs like other shit.
I think I read somewhere where it was like the 4 month mark or 6 month mark. Like, basically, it comes to a screech. Like, sales just drop tremendously.
You
Maybe it's at
always
the
see
eighth
the
month.
old COD come back when it goes like half off, but once it's like 2 years old, it's done.
Well, the last three, I have all the new COD games except for Black Ops. No, I think I bought that too, actually. Every single one of them I bought, I paid $20 for them. GameStop does this sale. I don't know exactly when. I think it's like spring maybe or right before summer, right when summer starts. Do I have Black Ops? Anyways, they put them up on sale for $20 for like a weekend. And that's when I take advantage and I buy the fucking thing. Because I play the campaign, I don't play the multiplayer crap. So I don't, and even if I did, I wouldn't want to spend fucking $70. But, the first few, oh, I do have Black Ops 6. But the first, you know, 60, 90, 120 days of Call of Duty is usually the busiest, right? But, man, it's working over that kind of money every fucking year. It's tough, man. And
For the
even
same
this
shit.
year, for the same shit, even this year, I was looking at my collection. Besides, what game did it? Was it? It was besides Death
You're
Stranding
not gonna beat
2,
them. Quit.
I can't remember the last time I bought a game for a full $70 this year. Besides Death Stranding 2, do you know what game I would have bought for $70? Because I can't think of any. Then I was thinking about like Assassin's Creed. I got that used.
I haven't bought a single $70 game this year. Proud of myself.
I can't think of fucking anything, dude. And I'm looking at my collection here and I can't.
I bought a $50 game day one.
Me too. I bought
I haven't bought a
Expedition
single $70 game
33.
this year.
Even Mind's Eye, that shit was $60. Like I can't think of any $70 games. I'm looking at my shit right now. I can't think of anything. I can't see anything. So that leads me to the first topic that we're gonna get into. And I'm gonna pull up a list here. And I didn't put this on the Discord because I just thought about it and I want to talk to you about it because you're my buddy. Unless you don't want to talk to me because you fucking hate me. I feel like you hate me.
Sometimes, a lot of times, most days.
Uh, but before we do, let's say hi to the people that are here with us. How are you guys doing, man? Welcome to this State of Gaming podcast. It's me and Nelson Gaming Culture. We have Brett, but Brett backed out last minute because he's a pussy. Oh shit. We got a $5 super chat from Voyager88. He says, "Get talking slut bags or shut the fuck up." Hey. I literally was getting to that before I read that, so happy to oblige, Voyager. Um, but welcome to the State of Gaming podcast, man. I am excited for tonight. Really, I really am. I spent this weekend on a little weekend getaway trip with the family, and God, my family, dude, they're fucking losers, bro. Not like they're losers, but like they don't game. Like do you guys even have hobbies? Like tell me about a hobby you have. Oh well, I watched this movie. I watched Happy Gilmore. Like shut the fuck up. Especially my sister, because she's my sister. I'll bully the fuck out of her. But I'm like, dude, you people like don't, And I'm like, I talk to my niece. She's 12, and I'm like, what's up, bro? Like, what you been doing? Oh, I've been playing Roblox. I'm like, okay, fuck. At least it's a game. At least it's a fucking game, right? All right, tell me about your Roblox.
Roblox is technically all games because there's a
Yes,
knockoff of every game
of
in the
every game.
world on there. Yeah.
Dude, my son's
It's
been
fine. They got
playing.
Tony Hawk. They got Call of Duty. They got fucking golf. They got fucking.
Bro, I was playing, or my son, he switches between these two games. One is Grow Garden, which is very popular right now. But then there's the other one. It's like a scary game, but it's not really scary. But I guess for kids it can be scary. But by scary, I just mean like screen shake and things go dark, right? Like not real fucking horror. Anyways, I'm listening. I'm listening to him play on this shit, and I'm like, oh shit, you're playing Expedition 33? And I look at it, it's just some Roblox game. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers are copying the music hard as fuck. It's like
They
similar
copy
music.
everything.
It's like off by like a beat, It's like do do do. Where Expedition 33 is do do do. You know what I mean? It's like so fucking close. But I'm just talking. I'm looking around at my family. I'm like, dude, you guys are fucking lame. Like nobody here plays fucking video games. My niece plays Roblox. My fucking 3-year-old niece, she just wants to fuck with everybody, right? She don't play no damn games. My son
You know,
play
it's funny.
games.
I went to my 20 year. Like, I only know one person in my grade, at least, that showed up to the thing because I brought it up. I don't know, every time, every conversation. Well, only one person plays games.
Jeez. There's so much joy in gaming and people don't fucking game. I don't get it. But anyways, so I'm excited to get back tonight to talk gaming with you guys because I feel like I was in a fucking like black hole for the last 2 days gaming wise. And yeah, I mean, I tried to talk to you guys on the Discord, and I tried posting on YouTube and X, but I couldn't. My for some reason connection was really ass this time around, and we stayed at a different hotel than we normally do, so the Wi-Fi fucking sucked ass, and I couldn't get. It was just miserable. Thank God that I did have the Switch too. I played Donkey Kong. I also played Leica. I ended up buying that on my Switch, $7, and I learned real fucking quick that the joysticks on the Switch 2 aren't the joysticks on the fucking PS5. So I was having a hard time with it. But not having internet connection, man, with gaming in today's world can be a fucking problem. Thankfully, Donkey Kong doesn't need internet connection for that. And my son was using it half the fucking time any goddamn way. So it's like, fuck, man. But we're back. State of Gaming podcast is on tonight. Nelson, what you been playing on? The usual. Nelson, you still with us, buddy? Are you fucking?
I was muted.
Oh, okay.
The usual, and then Shinobi. Play a little bit of Twisted Metal Black with my son. Play a little bit of Twisted Metal 4 with my son. Put a little bit of Metroid on the way to the Derby on Friday. What the fuck else did I play this week? Oh yeah, RoboCop. I put like 7 hours in that too.
The game or the expansion?
The expansion.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I just started playing it today. That's the first thing I did when I got back into town is I went to GameStop to pick it up. This
The
week,
only thing that sucks is I don't know how far you are, but once I got the fucking like 5 hours into it, I got the glitch, and I know Supernova was complaining about it too, but he started it before me because well he's at home during the week. I'm not. Um, fucking I can't pick up fucking other weapons now. Like I'm stuck with what I got. Like
it
you
glitched
push
out.
square, it won't fucking pick them up. It's like a
Mm,
fucking glitch.
interesting. You might have to. Can you
And the
load
thing
to a?
about it is, when he said that, I thought about that the whole time because the whole time I was playing, I'm like, I'm not having that problem. I didn't have that problem. Got about 5 hours in, I have that problem and it won't fucking go away.
Did you
So
load?
I'm stuck
Oh,
using the pistol
did you
or the
load
one
a?
that you. Do you know where the gun that you shoot empty and then fucking he'll put that rail type system in there and then fucking
No,
turn it?
I'm nowhere near that.
Well, it's in the original too. You know, I'm talking about the one that zooms in and fucking you load it almost like you're fucking putting in like a roll of the
Oh, okay.
things
Yeah, yeah,
instead of
yeah,
a
yeah.
clip magazine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that I'm
remember.
stuck with that one. I can't change it.
Damn.
So
Did you try going to a earlier save file?
I didn't know. I just let it roll. So I didn't
Mm.
make any extra saves. You
Well,
think I
this
would have after Hogwarts, but if nobody knows, I put 117 hours into Hogwarts and had to start that over. I haven't finished it because of that.
well, you better figure it out because you know, I know.
Well, I had
Well,
to
we'll
start
get
over.
into
I didn't
that.
want to play it anymore.
We'll get into that because I want to talk a little bit about that. But this week I've been playing Shinobi. Shinobi is a demo,
That's
right,
what I'm playing right now. Yeah, it is. It's
bro?
really good though.
Fire, fire, fire. Uh,
Playing it right now.
I am gonna be double dipping with that game. Wait, no, I'm not.
Oh my.
I have it already pre-ordered. Never mind. I already pre-ordered it through limited run games. I bought it back in May. So thankful that I ended up liking it. Cause what's the other one that came out on Friday?
Rage
The
Bound.
Ragebound. I fucking hate that game. That game is just fucking dog shit. For me, Nelson will probably like it because he's a fucking simp for 32-bit games. But I streamed that Shinobi game, and fuck, man, I was loving it, dude. I love the art style. I love the music. Man, the combat. Man, it's just such a good fucking game. Like Konami really went in their bag for this one, and I'm
It's
so
Sega.
happy. Or Sega, I'm sorry. Konami did Ragebound. No, that was
Yeah.
Game Kitchen. Oh, Konami published it, but Game Kitchen, who are the same people who made Blasphemous, developed that game. Which I read some reviews and they were right on the money. It's just an average fucking game, nothing spectacular about it. If you love 32-bit games and you love
I don't know. Game
um
Informer gave it a fucking 9.5, so it's the game of the year so far for
oh
them.
my god, fucking Game Informer can suck ass. Actually, no, Game Informer's not bad. But yeah, that's what I played Friday night, before, or I'm sorry, Thursday night before I left for my little mini weekend getaway. Otherwise, before that, I played The Thing. You seen The Thing, the movie, Nelson?
Year like when I was like 4.
So it was a good game. Super short, bro. I got it done in like 6 hours, and I was
That's
kind of
pretty much that time frame. Yeah, that's about how much they were.
well, I sped through it a little bit, but it's probably take you closer to 8 hours, I would say. But I got it done in 2 days. I wanted to beat it before the month ended, which was Wednesday or Thursday, and I got it done. Had a great time with that game. It really brought me back, and it made me realize how much modern conveniences we have in games, especially like direction. That's one thing that we have modern that we don't even think about, right? Directionals.
Yeah, like fucking Twisted Metal's a fucking blast to play, but good luck steering your fucking car. Holy fucking shit, dog.
Yeah. Just little simple shit like that.
I'm like,
Aiming.
how did I do this when I was a kid? Like, I can't even get behind someone to fucking hit him with nothing. I hit air 99.9% of the time.
Aiming is another one, right? We have auto aim and you it's so advanced now, you can even change the strength, right? Do you want it to be really strong or really light? The thing reminded me of that, right? But it was a good game. It was creepy, it was action filled, and the thing that I loved about it the most is that it followed the movie. Now, I caught some snippets of the movie before I played the game just to catch up. And yeah, it follows after the events of the movie. So I beat that one as well. I ended up finishing 4 games in the month of July. So that's what I played last week or this week. What else did I play? I think that was it, man. Oh, I beat Leica H Through Blood. I think it was on Monday or Tuesday. And then I also played Dead Island with RPG on Tuesday for the Just Playing Live, which I almost hit him up on Wednesday to play again, but then I wanted to beat the thing, so I didn't. But that's what I've been playing on this week. This upcoming week, Nelson, what do you have any games planned, or do you think you're not gonna have any time for gaming this week?
This whole month is for me is there's a ton of games I want to play, and I'm not gonna be around playing. So I'm
Yeah,
planning on buying a bunch of games at the end of the month, like Memorial. What is it, Labor Day weekend?
yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm looking forward to Mafia comes out next week Friday or this week Friday. Right? Is this week? It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, this week comes out Friday. I'm
I
excited
can't
for
believe
that.
that I'm gone all weekend.
I'm gonna be playing RoboCop Unfinished Business. I probably that would probably take me halfway through the week if it's 10-hour expansion. I don't know how long it is. I hope it takes me a little bit longer because I mean I have a lot of games, but nothing that's really like calling my name to play it. But yeah, goddamn casuals is right, fucking Voyager. It's like so you only have your 16-year-old who plays video games and he plays sports games. Yeah, that's what I played when I was a fucking kid too, was sports games or like Grand Theft Auto. I didn't really play too much. And once I started getting pussy, oh fuck games, man. I think I touched a controller once just to play Madden. I did have a fascination with Tiger Woods Golf. I think that was my first PS3 game that I owned was Tiger Woods Golf. But yeah, let's get into the first topic, Nelson, that I didn't put in a topic section, but I have a small list here of big AAA games that came out this year. And this will lead into the real first topic, which I put in the Discord. But this conversation actually came up with Voyager 88 when me and him were talking about gaming this year. And I said that 2023 was probably the best gaming year so far this console generation. Um, I didn't say that exactly, but I was thinking it. But what I
I,
did say
I
to
think
him,
for maybe for quantity, I think 2022 had the best like big titles like Horizon and Elden Ring and fucking God of
yeah,
War
that
and
was the big
Gran
monster year.
Turismo.
But 20, yeah, that to me that is the best year, of course. But 23, because we were in a situation back then where we were like, oh fuck, 2020 was strong, right? And that was with the console releases. We had the Spider-Mans, Miles Morales. We had a couple games that really started the console generation going. And then we started to hear, like Dead Space remake and Callisto Protocol, and like it started to get in a roll. But 2022 is when shit went off the fucking hinges, right? We got those big games Nelson just mentioned, Horizon, Elden Ring. Then 2023, it kept going, right? So the conversation between 2022 and 2023 was, fuck, 2023 is going to be even bigger. And we got Ragnarok, Spider Man 2, um, Tears of the Kingdom. We got some fucking bangers that year. 24, we did get some bangers too, right? We got Stellar Blade, we got Helldivers. But this year, we got some bangers, and I got them here, right? We
They're
got
all backloaded, man. It's a really backloaded year, I think. I don't know. Well, you got Expedition in there.
we have Assassin's Creed Shadow, we have Monster Hunter Wilds, we
That's
had
that's that's a big game.
Doom: The Dark Ages, we had Avowed, we have uh what was the other one I was gonna say?
Like a fart. Those games are most of those games are a fart in the wind.
Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance, right? Those are pretty much the big AAA well-known games that came out this year. Now, Monster Hunter Wilds did buku numbers, right? They sold like 1 million copies in the first like 6 hours or some shit, right? Kingdom Come Deliverance, I believe they sold their budget worth of games, or they made their money back in the first day, right? So crazy sales there. But Assassin's Creed Shadow, we don't know exactly. We just know they had what 5 million players or some bullshit that Ubisoft announced. But I feel like Split Fiction is another one that did very very well. But I was talking about more about the $70 games, because I honestly feel this year is light on those big $70 bangers. Now we have a ton of the 50, $60 games. Um, Split Fiction being a game of the year contender for sure. Expedition 33, another freaking banger, $50. We got Mafia.
Shinobi's looking up there too.
Oh,
Not gonna
Shinobi
lie.
is looking fucking incredible, right? That's what, 20,
Mafia,
$25, $30. Mafia is coming up this week
27 bucks if you
if
pre-order,
you're
which I
if
would
you
pre-order the
pre-order
day
it.
before.
Um, the Mafia is coming up this week. That's a $50 game. So when we talk about the discussion that we've been having basically all year about the $80 games since Nintendo fucking announced Mario Kart at $80, we saw Xbox take their shot, right, with Outer Worlds, and they fucking failed. EA with their new sports games coming out, and
I think
2K,
that's
right?
gonna. I think that game's gonna struggle at 72. That I think it would have done okay at 60. I think it would have done well at 50. But it's one of those games that Outer Worlds will have sell well long term or fairly well at least. But I don't see it doing great out the gates.
Well, Microsoft Publishing shouldn't be thinking that this is going to be something that's going to, you know, get them some reports here, that's going to show increases
Well, it
of
was funny.
anything.
Like Redfall came out, it's like you guys got to make a game worth $60 before you worry about 70.
Yeah. And I think there's another situation, but
Now it's like you got to make a game worth 70 before you can think about 80.
well, EA is kicking the can down the bucket, right? 2Ks, they're kicking the can down the road. Nobody's taking that jump yet. And honestly, would you, if you're in the gaming industry right now, as a publisher or developer, would you want to be the first one outside of Nintendo to fucking claim that $80? And
I
right
would if I had
now,
that big dick like Rockstar
Rockstar could possibly do it, but not everybody,
or 100
nobody,
or
nobody's
150.
Rockstar. But the
Yeah,
point
it's
is
true.
that
But they also have
these
one game a decade too with 5,000 people working on it.
these fucking people, I don't think this is the year we're gonna see $80. I think it'll be next year. Why? Well, we just talked about it. Split Fiction, Expedition 33, Mafia, Shinobi. Like the double A and indie fucking realm is fucking killing it right now, and they have been for close to a console generation and a half. But people are looking for these $50 titles, right? They're very sought out for. They're cheap and they're good. These fucking $80 guys, I don't think it's going to happen this year at all. I mean, we know it's not, right? Xbox just said we're not going to do it. Do you think, Nelson, in 2026, it will be the year before the next console generation that they'll
Yeah,
be like,
dude.
hey, we're going to go 80 now? Who do you think's going
Or
to go
maybe,
first?
maybe if shit coming out 2027, which I don't really see, but we're hearing maybe they came with some breakthrough, and it's like we're gonna have a 5 year fucking what do you want to call it, cross generation. Anyways, we might as well get these out because we can make these new systems for as much as it costs us to make the old system. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't see them charging $80 anytime soon, especially with now how on fire these $50 games are. And look, I said this before, $80 games, all you're gonna get from that is you're gonna get the same amount of people, if not less, buying them, and you're gonna make the same fucking money. Because you're getting less sales but more money, so it's gonna fucking be the same. If I'm selling anything, I
Well, we
want
said
the
that about
quantity.
72, but all the top games were $70 games too.
Well, I don't remember saying that during $70, but
Uh,
I also wasn't on podcasts and shit. But $80 is just different than 70. So, 70 you're still 30 away from 100. 80 you're, especially when you can get a deluxe edition and shit like that with all the DLCs for fucking 80 to 100 bucks versus now you're at 80, now you're looking at 110, $120. It's a completely different fucking, thing. But $50 games are really making these dudes compete right now, especially with these $50 games coming out how they're supposed to, right? Not broken, not buggy, great gameplay, great story, great music, great voice acting. Like there's a lot of competition there, and I hope that this wakes up some of those, big publishers out there that think that, hey, Nintendo went 80, we can go 82. Well, you're not Nintendo and you're not fucking Rockstar. And Split Fiction, Expedition 33 is making damn sure of it. There's some developers out there that are saying, fuck, these dudes are seeing mass success with their 50. Because you have to think too, another thing about the $50 game is expectations are going to be lower than a $70 game. Now, if you have expectations that's lower and you buy a $50 game and now the game is fire, you're like, oh shit, you're going to feel way better about it. You're going to be promoting the fuck out of that game. You're going to be talking about that game. And it's 50. That's going to be at the end of every year fucking of every single one of your sentences. Yeah, this game is fire, the gameplay, blah, blah, blah. And it's only 50, right? With the nail in the coffin. And it's only 50. Now what we see people saying is, yeah, fucking Assassin's Creed is fucking locked in, blah blah, and it's 70. Right? You see the opposite, and it's 80. So it's gonna be interesting. But that will lead us into our very first real topic of the evening, which is
personal opinion, I think COD would have went 80, but I think with Battlefield, they probably know they're gonna go 70, and they're like, nah, we already gonna. I feel them taking some of their rain this year if that comes out polished.
yeah, fuck battle, fuck Call of Duty. Um, but getting into our actual first topic of the evening, I want to get into co-op play because we just came across an interesting article about some of the numbers going on over at Steam, and that is that some of the best games on Steam right now are, the games that are dominating the Steam charts are co-op games, and asked my that made me ask myself, what are some things that we expect from games? And let's go ahead and check this article out real quick. It is from Game Rant. It says here co-op games are doing extremely well on Steam, with co-op titles making some massive revenues and dominating sales charts in 2025. A new analyst seems to show that Steam gamers are eager for experiences they can share with friends. Steam is a popular gaming platform in general, but it has some perks that makes it popular for gaming with friends too. There's no fee to play online, and Steam includes features like remote play together, which lets multiple gamers play together with just one copy of a game. The platform's large selection of indie games seem to have also contributed to this new co-op statistic. It's estimated that Steam has generated 4.1 billion in revenue solely from co-op games in the first half of 2025. The statistics shared by Aliena Analytics indicate that this is up 11% from the same period of time the year prior. Co-op games also completely overtook the top five sellers on Steam. When looking at copies sold, Repo led the pack with a whopping 16.4 million copies, followed by Schedule 1 with 9 million. Peak with 7 million, Monster Hunter Wilds with 6.3 million, and finally Elden Ring Night Reign with 2.8 million. The top five new games based on revenue were also all co-op titles. Monster Hunter Wilds led the pack with 380.8 million, Schedule 1 with 137 million, followed by Repo with 128.2 million. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 with 109 million, and Split Fiction with 104 million. There's that $50 game. Steam co-op games see momentous rise. A look at the platform over the years shows how far co-op games have come in recent times. For example, in the first half of 2018, co-op games only accounted for 1.25 billion of Steam's earning. The platform saw slight growth in regards up until the first half of 2020, which saw just over 1.5 billion. However, by the second half of 2020, that number has shot up past 2 billion, and the first half of 2021 had risen to 2.5 billion. The data indicates that major co-op release propelled these numbers with a notable upswing during the years that games like Phasmophobia, Valheim, It Takes Two, Lethal Company, Baldur's Gate 3, Helldivers 2, and Repo released. So I'll stop it there. But it's very interesting that this console generation, we have seen a growth in co-op gameplay. I mean, I've seen a growth of co-op gameplay in my own life. I went from never
Y-
gaming with anybody to now gaming with people at a bare minimum of once a week. Have you seen that change in your life as well, Nelson?
Yep. I wasn't playing any fucking like Helldivers and shit, playing with people. I never did that before.
Chat, what about
Because
you
there
guys?
hasn't been anything like that since like Gears, and nobody plays on Xbox, so and they're not that good anymore. And like fucking Army of Two shit like that, they don't really make that shit no more. So or they didn't for a long time, I should say.
Well, now we live in an age where people now have the ability to play co-op games. I mean, we've always been able to play couch co-op, but the difference now is you can play co-op with anybody in the world, even random people. I just told you guys about my experience this weekend with my family. Nobody in my family is playing any fucking video games. So if we were still back in the day and I wanted to play a game co-op, I would have to ask my buddy, right? So we would have to set the whole fucking thing up. Mom, can Alex come over? Yes. Okay, Alex, you can come over. How are we gonna get you here? Can you ask your dad? Nah, my dad ain't fucking driving on a weeknight. Or he said, fuck that, I'm grounded. Okay. Mom, can you pick up Alex? Fuck no. I ain't got no money for gas. Okay, Alex, what can we fucking do? Can we take our bikes? Let's ask our parents. No, it's fucking too far of a drive on the bike.
It's
Okay,
getting
fuck.
late.
It's
It's gonna be
getting
dark
late.
soon.
It's a million fucking things, right? But finally, on a fucking random weekend, Alex comes over. And you guys game. You guys party hard, right? You got some Mountain Dews, you got some fucking pizza pocket pizzas,
That's what I
and
did too. Mozzarella sticks and fucking frozen pizza and
you're fucking ready to rock
yeah.
out. It's fucking Friday. You ain't got school till Monday. Fucking fire, right? Now, hey, bro, you want to play? Yeah, all right, hopping in, bet. That's it. You know what I mean? That is it.
We don't even
So
have to share a screen no more, so I can see what the fuck I'm doing.
we don't got to share a screen. We don't got to share controllers. We don't got to share shit.
Nobody has to use the shitty third party controller.
So that led to the first topic of the evening, right? Because when we also look at a lot of these first party or these games that went co-op games that are going bonanzas on Steam, and I can only imagine that the numbers will be something similar on a console as well. Is expectation for games, right? And I've been saying this for a while, where there is I call certain games complete games, and what I mean by that is, let's take Space Marine 2 as an example. Space Marine 2 is a complete game because why? It has a single player campaign. You have the campaign that you can play with a buddy. You can play a co-op with up to three people. You then have the PvE aspect of the game, and you also have a PvP aspect of the game, which was something that was almost standard during the PS3 era, right? How many games? Like if I talk to somebody in gaming right now and I tell them, hey, did you know that Uncharted had a PvP? Did you know that Infamous or not Infamous? What's the name of that game? Resistance had fucking PvP. They wouldn't know, right? But a lot of games force themselves to come out with a fucking PvP component or some sort of PvE
I've
because
been saying for a long time, a lot of the PS3 games that, and I know Sony had to go with what they knew was going to work because we don't know their financials around the time to the second half of the PS3 gen to the beginning of the PS4. Sony was fucking junk bond status. They were fucking broke. That's why they had to shut down some studios and fucking if Sony, PlayStation 4 wouldn't have been successful, it would have been a wrap. But now that they have money, they're going after just like trying to copy everyone's shit. You were ahead of your time in a lot of shit. Fucking Warhawk was the first fucking Fortnite, my motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? You already had the idea, you did it, and now you know what I mean. Now that your online's not dog shit, now's the time. And they're canceling all the shit I'm interested in, or not greenlighting the shit I would be interested in, and making just copycats of shit I wouldn't be interested in the first place. I don't know, just ranting.
so when we talk about the numbers going up with co-op and we talk and you guys take my description of what I call a complete game, I think that is the secret sauce moving forward, right? And I said this with Concord, I said this with a whole bunch of games. I said coming out with a live service game right now, just a straight up live service game, PvP, it's just not the way to go. But if you can include some sort of single player aspect to it, I think you have a better chance. But what do you think, Nelson? Do you think that these numbers going up year over year, with people being more connected, with the consoles actually being powerful enough to be able to play this way, do you think we're going to see more complete games moving forward?
No.
Well, which will lead us to our next topic. And by the way, I think it will. The next topic is actually an article that's titled Battlefield 6 Devs Ask Fans Why Legacy Series Features is So Important. Before I read that, I want to unpack this a little bit. Battlefield 6 and how it pertains to the first topic. Battlefield 6. EA has a lot riding on this game. So much so that they have a goal of that they want 100 million users, which
Now
is
that we know
insane.
there's a free to play battle royale, that's easily accomplished. I think that's realistic.
Well, I want to say that's easy, but I would say that's easier. But
All you gotta do all that means is 100 million people tried it. Like Apex Legends had 100 million people within like a week and a half.
different times. People don't have that
Yeah,
bad
I
taste in
guess.
their mouth of fucking live service
The,
and fucking all this shit.
Apex didn't have that name either, a recognizable name. I thought it was
No,
about fucking dinosaurs.
no, it didn't. But people were more willing because it was. We were now coming into a time where this shit was new, so people were trying it. Live service has been around now for, I mean, almost 10 years in the spotlight, with Fortnite being the fucking big one. But to unpack this a little bit, they want to reach 100 million people, which I see now it's more attainable now that they're doing the free to play battle royale. But in this topic, the devs are asking the fans why Legacy Series features is so important. And they're not asking this because they're not going to do it or they are going to do it. They're going to fucking do it. And why are they going to do it? Because they finally fucking smarten up and they said, look, if we want to hit anywhere near these fucking numbers, we have to give the people what they fucking want, which is I hope is a awakening call to the video game industry. I hope that Battlefield does stick with what they said and give people what they want, and the rest of the industry takes notice and said, "Hey, look at what fucking Battlefield 6 did. They went from 2047 to fucking 6 and they have insane growth, insane fucking success because why? Because they told the gamer, "What do you want?" The gamers told them and they fucking listened, took their fucking notepad out and wrote fucking notes and said, "Hey, devs, do what the gamers want." Now this still has to be proven, but based on what we've seen so far, it seems like that's what they're doing. The devs are really confident that that is what they're doing. So let's go ahead and read this real quick and kind of unpack this a little bit more. It says here Battlefield 6 producer Alexia Chrisofi has asked fans what they think is so important about a server browser. Right now, Battlefield 6 doesn't seem to have a server browser, but it seems that Battlefield Studios is aware that fans would like to see the Legacy series feature make a return. The server browser was a feature in older Battlefield games in place of a matchmaking system. This allowed players to choose the exact map mode and even player count of the server they wanted to join, giving them more freedom to play exactly how they wanted. Battlefield 2042 did not feature a server browser for official servers, much to the disappointment of many fans. If it were to return, it would undoubtedly be welcome. Now, I'm going to stop there. The whole point of this article was to show you guys that Battlefield 6, they're asking you, what do you want? People want server browsers. I just explained what that is. And Battlefield 6 is in a position right now where they want to give them that. That's how extreme these fucking people are taking it. Where even something like a server browser, they want to give to the gamer. That is extremely high hopes. Nelson, did you check out the Battlefield 6 multiplayer trailer this today? No? Yeah? Okay. So when I saw Battlefield, it caught my attention right away. And a lot of the reason was because of them listening to the gamer. I've always preferred Battlefield over Call of Duty. I always loved the more strategy based, strategic gameplay over Call of Duty. But this is the more important thing in this story is how they're listening to the gamer and wanting to please the gamer. And I think that is going to be the success for not just Battlefield 6, but for a lot of the developers making games in the future. I think this is the time now where they have to start listening to us if they want success in their game. I saw somebody come in. Who is this? No, nobody wants to speak up.
It's RPG.
Oh, there you are, Nelson.
Oh, you
So,
can hear me now.
now I can hear you. RPG came in. Oh, interesting, because I invited him and he said, "Fuck you. I don't want to do your stupid fucking podcast." And now
I
he's
did
fucking here.
not say fuck you. I said probably not. So get your fucking facts straight,
Then we
motherfucker.
started talking about Battlefield, and all of a sudden his dick got
Yeah,
hard, and here
yeah,
he is.
fucking,
I got super hard.
fucking nipples got hard, balls got hard, dick got hard. Tell us,
No,
RPG, what did you come in here to say?
I didn't come in here to say shit.
No, okay. Well, Nelson, now that we can hear you, do
What's
you?
this browser shit?
Well, let me
Huh?
read the article again that
Well,
explained what the browser is for
come on.
RPG specifically. No, I'm not going to read it. It's basically a way that you can search different servers that you can join, whether it's by map, mode, player count.
No, it's a little bit
Oh, that's a good
indifferent.
idea. Because if you're like, oh, I'm willing to play this mode, that mode, or that mode, and there's 100 people in one and fucking 5,000 in the other, I'm going to that one.
Yeah, it's server search.
Yes.
Not a bad idea.
It's a
Well,
great idea because if there's three modes I like, I want to go to the one where fucking people are and not where
well,
people are not.
that's not necessarily the case with Battlefield. Sometimes you do want the lesser people in there because you want the matches to be more personable, more strategic. Sometimes on these big servers, it's a lot of casuals or randoms in there or disgusting Call of Duty players wanting to play the game like a Call of Duty person, and it really throws off the vibe. So sometimes picking a different server that has a more small, tight knit group where you and your squad can get in there, whether it's four, five, six guys, you can find a um, more organized server, a more server that's custom made for you. And
Yeah,
battle
it's more said of like a Call of Duty ranked mode where you have not the casual and not the hardcore, but you have more ranked that actually works in a fucking group instead of just like going for kills. You're going for an objective, and everybody's tight knit.
something similar. But
Yep.
so this is important for them to do that. And once again, it's not a super important feature, but the fact that they're now digging into the bottom of the barrel for additional contribution from the fans just speaks volume on how much they really want to make this game and please the fans, and they want it to be successful, which is huge. Because this whole
Okay.
gaming generation is more of it's your fault this game failed, right? Which technically it is because we control the money, but at the same time, it's like if you would have made something we want to play, we would have bought it.
Well, I mean, if they made something that you want to play, they need to make something that needs to be played. That's on them. Like I always say, sell me the game. So if the game is worth playing, it has to be worth playing. If you sell me dog shit game, it's going to be treated as dog shit game. And EA definitely needs a win after coming out of Jedi Survivor with its shit start, 2042 as its shit start, and what was it, Battlefield 1 or 5 that had a pretty half-assed start. Really, the best thing that they put out was Jedi Fallen Order that didn't have such a shit start. So they definitely need to cash in, and they got all their shit, all their ducks in a row on this game. And EA is hurting right now, so they definitely need this game to take off, and this is their best bet.
Nelson, anything else you want to say about Battlefield? Your first impressions on that damn trailer? What do you
It
think
looks
of it?
fucking really good. I'm not gonna lie,
Mm-hmm.
but their trailers always look good. It's kind of like an Xbox game. They show you a trailer and then you see the game. Well, and they show gameplay though. That's the thing.
And another
And this,
difference too is that which I don't really take much stock in because these are the same people that told us Cyberpunk was fucking good and all this other shit. But we have actual people playing the game already, so
Yeah,
that's
and they
good
played it
news.
for like 6 to fucking 8 hours on
some people
stream
played
live.
20.
Yeah, so and then they got what, a early access uh,
They got
window
two
for
of three
two
of them.
days, and then they got 2 extra days after that, and
That
then
shows
the next
confidence.
weekend they got 2 extra days of open beta where you don't have to purchase the fucking game at all. You don't have to pre-order. You don't have to do any of that shit. You don't have to put a single goddamn dime down, and you get to have access to the game and see for yourself. So yeah, that speaks volumes versus other games where you got to pre-order and you got to pay let's say $90 for an early access. You get it 48 hours early. But guess what? You're out $80, especially if you're on PlayStation. Or as soon as you buy it, you download it, you're fucking stuck with it. So yeah, that shows a hell of a lot of confidence, and that shows that EA is putting all their fucking stakes out on this game.
Yeah, don't like we mentioned earlier in the podcast. I mean, it's your fucking money, but
Don't pre-order.
make them earn your fucking money, man. Fucking digital copies aren't gonna run out. You're not gonna wake up one day and turn your PlayStation on and you're not gonna get a fucking alert saying that sorry, Battlefield 6 is sold out. That's not gonna fucking happen. So there's no reason to pre-order it. There's really no benefiting to pre-order right now. I'm sure there'll be some benefits and there are some benefits, but that can wait till the day before you fucking buy the game.
Yep.
Um, I'm
Sell you the game.
I'm a campaign player. We haven't seen shit with the campaign, but the thing
Yet.
that has me interested is obviously the gameplay of the multiplayer stuff looks really good. Usually the campaign stuff looks good, feels good, plays good, right? Um, we still got to figure out story. The one thing I didn't like that they said is how you get to play as different characters. It reminds me a lot of like Call of Duty, like a Vanguard or a fucking, like I don't like or
Cold War.
Battlefront. Was it 5, where you play as the Australian dude, as the or
Mm-hmm.
the Aussie dude. Like, I don't really like that. I like a cohesive story. I understand why they do it that way, but fuck, it's a video game. Make up a fucking situation. You know what I mean? You can be a fucking special forces or Delta Force that has to go from, the desert to the fucking mountains to the tropics. Like make the shit up, dude. I just think that's a easy way to kind of cheap out on the story. But that's what I'm interested in. So that's the only negative I've heard about the campaign, which normally you would say it isn't much, but when we haven't heard much of the fucking campaign yet, that's already a ding in my opinion. But we'll see. Maybe they'll do it better than Call of Duty has done it, or maybe they'll do it better than they did before on Battlefield 5. We will see when it comes down to that. But anything else you guys want to say about Battlefront or Battlefield, I
Uh,
mean?
It looks good. And I'm not gonna lie, I said this live on several podcasts before 2042 came out that that game was gonna be broken because all the signs were there. They were fucking like taking teams off of other things like Criterion and stuff like that, like months before. And I'm like, look, if they're shutting down teams to go work on this shit is not ready. Like all the signs are there. Like, do not buy this game. And
yeah,
all
2042 was like 10 years ahead of its time. There was just no way that they could produce that game to actually function day one when they dropped it. So, but
Well,
this Battle Six or Battle not Battle Six, Battlefield 6. This is dreamed of back in the 2042 days, and it's built from the ground up, and it with modern times, and it is not overreaching in my view. It is exactly what the gamers want. It's like they basically they went out and they asked the players, what do you want in a Battlefield game, and they actually fucking listened and they actually put it into a game. Now let's see what happens when they deliver in October. See what the actual gamers get. But right now, everything that people have played and everything that people have said is looking good.
and once again, I don't give a fuck if this game's from the year 4000. If it ain't got a campaign, it's a no for me, dog. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Battlefield or yeah, Battlefield, right? Battlefield 6. So many fucking games that start with Battlefield, Battlefront. Well, those two. Those two fuck me up. But
Battletoads.
Battletoads. But I'm really hoping I'm rooting for them, man. I really am. And why? For competition's sake. I really want Call of Duty to wake the fuck up because to this day I will say that Call of Duty used to make some of the best single player campaigns in first person shooting. I mean, just the way that the guns feel, the way it shoots, the stories they told. I mean, there's characters that people absolutely love from Call of Duty, right? So I hope that it sparks something up their fucking ass to actually try in the next couple games. This next one is too late. They're not going to go back and rechange any fucking thing. The next one may also be too late. But 2028, maybe we'll see some of these changes. And I'm also interested to see if this Battlefield becomes successful or Battlefield becomes successful. I wonder how they're gonna do their yearly thing. Are they gonna do yearly freaking campaigns? Like how are they gonna do it? Are they just gonna release a new game in a couple? Like how are they gonna do it? I'm interested to see how that works out.
Oh,
But
I bet that they're gonna live service the shit out of this after about 6 months.
well, they already got the free to play stuff, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I don't see any DLC for the campaign or anything like that. I could be wrong, but I just don't see it. Once they get a taste of that money, it's gonna go full board. You know how EA is with the fucking loot boxes and all that other shit that they had in Battlefront. This is gonna go full board into the live service, and I think that's probably gonna ultimately ruin Battlefront or Battlefield 6, and that's my biggest fear. Is I think that they're going to start off good and just trip, you know, 10 feet off the starting line.
Well, they do want that 100 million player mark, so
Well, I think they'll actually get it.
I do too.
That's a tall number, man. I don't
Nah,
It's
know.
a tall number, but I
not.
mean, with the disgust and the disdain of Fortnite and of Call of Duty, people are just franchise frustrated. And if they see a new shiny thing that is
Yeah, so many
grounded,
people are so fucking tired of COD too. It's unbelievable.
If you
At
yeah,
know,
least they might not go out and buy it. More than 10 or 15 million might not go, but they're gonna try that battle royale at least just to check it out.
yeah, I'm a COD guy, and I am so fucking sick and tired of Call of Duty and the Fortnite-ness of Call of Duty, and buying
Told you,
skins. It
Mike, because
doesn't.
everyone thought I was crazy, but I told them Microsoft would wreck COD. They said it's impossible. I said just give it 3 or 4 years. They're ahead of schedule.
Oh, they were already bad, and then
I know, but it's getting
Microsoft
a lot
even made
worse.
them worse. So yeah, I feel that people want to go back. That's why you see like things like Armor Reforged, and you see Tarkov, and you see all these other games that are taking off, and they're not loaded with these microtransaction skins and shit like that. They're they're taking off because they're fucking grounded in their military base. You see things like Ready or Not. Do you see a fucking unicorn skin in Ready or Not? No, because it's a fucking SWAT tactical game. So that's why I see Battlefield doing good as. Now once they transition over that line and you start seeing Beavis and Butthead and fucking Kim Kardashian shit, yeah, that fucking series is over.
yeah, only reason I don't see them, even with Call of Duty fatigue, is because not everybody's like RPG. Everybody keeps playing Call of Duty. So people who say they're tired of it, no, the fuck you're not, bro. You're coming in every fucking day and turning that damn game on. Every fucking month you're buying a fucking skin or you're buying a fucking season pass. Like, no, you're not fucking tired of it. You're still playing the fucking shit. It's still all you play, or majority of your gameplay is just that. RPG, he said, fuck it. I'm not playing that game any fucking more. And he stopped. Now, yeah, he relapses every now and again, but it's just for a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's
And
just fun with friends. That's it. That's a night or two ordeal.
he fucking leaves. Even that, I don't, it's not the best situation because you're giving him a number, but the guys that consistently just fucking pop in every fucking day. How it's like how I tell the guys with a Monster Hunter. Why would you ever think that Capcom is going to make Monster Hunter in a different engine that is more compatible with the type of game it is when they're selling 6 million copies in 6 hours? They're not. They're never going to improve that game until they are hurting in their pockets. And people buying that fucking game and pre ordering that game and them selling more than ever, no, be real. They're not ever gonna stop that shit until they see a steep decline. Even with Call of Duty, they've been declining slowly over the last few years, and it's still not enough to change their shit. So hopefully, Battlefield does it to them and wakes them the fuck up. And not because I want Battlefield to lose or Call of Duty to lose, because
I
I
do.
don't. But I
Fuck them.
want them to fucking go back and make some quality single player campaigns. I want the multiplayer guys to get what they want as well out of that fucking IP. It's a very good IP. Even with their new shit, there's not a lot of games that feel as good as the gunplay does in Call of Duty. But
No,
that's all I got.
and I came back from like the Medal of Honor and what was it, Brothers of Blood series
Yeah,
or
but yeah, it's a good
yeah.
series.
Yeah, and Medal of Honor was great. I mean, you got to fucking storm the hills of Normandy and all that shit. So that
That was
that's
one. That
that's
was
a
one of the first fucking games I got for PS2.
yeah, and that was a fucking awesome series. That's what I want.
I thought it
When
was
it
like
comes
playing
into a
some Saving
military
Private
shooter,
Ryan.
yeah, exactly. And that's what I want in Battlefield 6. But we're
Modern.
going into like modern series, and we ain't got some jank ass fucking 30 frames per second bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the same thing with Xbox and PlayStation. I don't want Xbox to die and go away. I just want them to do better. If they do better, PlayStation ties up and has to compete. But right
Yeah.
now, there's no reason to because the competition is nil. They don't exist. Anything else you guys want to say about Battlefield 6?
Nope.
Don't pre-order.
Yeah, don't pre-order any game. Moving on over to Nintendo. Nintendo came out with a super interesting list, which kind of coincides with what we were talking about them just giving you more of what you want, right? And it is Nintendo reveals list of the 10 best-selling Switch games. And it says here Nintendo has revealed the update list of the best-selling Nintendo Switch games of all time. The Nintendo Switch is on its way to becoming the best-selling Nintendo console ever, within striking distance of the DS. A big reason why the Switch has been such a monumental success is because of its massive library of high quality games. Since the Nintendo Switch launched in 17, Nintendo and third party partners have released all kinds of Switch games to a great deal of commercial and critical success. The console has truly built one of the most impressive libraries in the history of the industry, with Nintendo updating everyone on its best performing titles over quarter. Unsurprisingly, the latest update to Nintendo's list of best-selling Switch games is unchanged when it comes to the order. Though every game in the top 10 has shipped more units, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe remains the best-selling Switch game by a significant margin at 68.86 million units sold, while Animal Crossing New Horizon maintains second place with 48.19. Real quick, I'm gonna pause here because I know that Animal Crossing is a fucking phenomenon. I mean, even on YouTube, I forget her name, but this little old granny lady who games is a hardcore gamer, and she started by playing Animal Crossing, and she had like I don't know, like 5,000 hours in the game, a ridiculous amount. And somebody's asked me, "Yeah, bro, everybody knows somebody that plays Animal Crossing," and I was looking back, and I'm like, "Damn, I'm a hardcore gamer." And none of my friends play Animal Crossing. I don't have anybody in my personal life that plays Animal Crossing. And I want to ask you guys, do you guys have anybody in your family? I think RPG, I think you have somebody who has Animal Crossing. But does anybody play Animal Crossing in your lives, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister, whatever, friend?
I'll let Nelson go first on this one.
No, Nelson seems to be
What?
out.
I'm bitching at my kid. He's fucking whining all the time.
Do you
Little
know
bitch.
anybody who plays Animal Crossing?
No.
What about you, RPG?
My girlfriend plays she played the
Eh,
fuck out of Animal
females
Crossing.
play a lot of play that game a lot. Like it's really
Yeah.
popular with females.
She played this shit, especially when it came out, because, I mean, update for anybody who wasn't paying attention in 2020. We had a little thing called fucking COVID, and that's when a shit ton of fucking consoles, Nintendo Switch consoles, were sold. And that's the exact same fucking time that Animal Crossing came out. And that was the comfort food being fucking sheltered in your house when it came to gaming. That's when we seen a big burst of gamers and a big burst of games being sold, whether it be digital or in store. So that game came out in the perfect time, and that game I would say probably 800 to 1,000 hours on the girlfriend Switch alone. So yeah, that game did good, and that game exploded on things like Twitch and Twitter and YouTube. It was the perfect storm as far as I'm concerned for people who like those little cozy games and you know building and crafting and all that shit. I mean, she would go out there and she would like literally pay real world money to go to different islands to pick up recipes to build shit on her own island.
Do you know roughly how many hours she has on that game?
I could find out,
I mean, it's not a
but
big deal. I was just interested.
like I said, I would say probably an easy 800 to 1,000 hours.
She's okay.
I'm just ballparking here,
That's more
but
than
if
I have
it
in any game since
yeah
like my childhood.
if I looked at her Switch profile, I would say it would be around that mark.
Yeah. Oh, well, let me continue on here because I was just interested in that because I don't know, with so many millions sold and so much of a cultural impact that game had, I personally don't know anybody. And I'm thinking, should I play Animal Crossing? Should I
No,
play it?
no,
I do like the cozy game, so I don't mind a
no.
little cozy game here and there. All right, let's
There's
continue
there's
on.
a nice little cozy games called V Rising you should play.
That fucking game. Uh, Rounding out the top five are Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at 36.55 million units and Super Mario Odyssey at 29.5 million units. So those are some interesting numbers there, right? So Mario Kart Deluxe is the most sold ever at 68 point whatever million. Animal Crossing at 48.19 million. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at 36.55 million and Mario Odyssey at 29.5 million units. So, question for you guys, and this is where the topic goes into play. Why aren't Nintendo making more of these games? And when they do, it takes them so long in between to make them if the success is through the roof. We'll start with you,
I don't know,
RPG
probably because
or
they keep
Nelson.
selling. Probably because they keep selling.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but even with Nintendo games, true, it's not the same as in Xbox or PC or PlayStation where the first month is the strongest and then it goes down from there. It's not that fast with them, but it's it still has the same drop off. I think it's after year 3 or 4 where they lose almost 90% of sales.
I think this is the
Um,
first Animal Crossing that did numbers like that one did, though. It's like considerably different, I think. I don't know. I've never played it, but
yeah, the first one didn't do those
no.
buku
That's what I'm
numbers,
saying. I bet you don't have to wait a decade to play the new one.
but it doesn't have to be a straight up sequel, right? It could be a freaking offshoot or a freaking you know, like a
In a different world or something.
yeah, just or like a Mario Kart, but maybe a freaking Peaches, racing freaking
Different themed.
something like that. Like they can milk that IP a little bit more. Why do you think Nintendo, besides sales, because we know they're continuing to sell a shit ton of these games, why do you think they don't kind of branch out? Like God of War, like we all know eventually there's gonna be an Atreus game. I mean, Spider-Man, they're gonna do a freaking Mary Jane game, right? Because it's fucking,
Oh,
it's fucking
probably.
Sony.
Because
Um,
girl power, that's why.
why doesn't Nintendo do that? I'm interested to find out what you guys think because I can't come up with a good reason besides sales.
I don't know.
It's just interesting because we talk about that all the time, right? That people
I don't
want new
know. That's
IPs.
one thing. Like Mario's in a lot of shit, but you don't see like Mario Golf come out every 3 years. No, they. I don't think they want to like be like an Assassin's Creed or something where people are just like, okay, I'm tired of this shit. Like there's no anticipation. You know what I mean? Like if
Th-
Mario Odyssey 2 dropped 10 years after the first one, it'd be a big deal. If there was like Mario Odyssey 6 by now, people probably wouldn't give a shit no more. You know what I mean?
and
Does that make sense?
I think you're right because not just that, but then you also have, like for example, out of Nintendo's top 5 IPs, 3 of them have Mario in it,
Yeah,
right?
but they're not the
So
same game.
no, they're not the same game, but I think there is a little bit of a fatigue with the name itself, and I think that they already have plans for that name for those IPs, so they don't want to. Nintendo's name of the
Not
game
to mention,
is
like Mario Odyssey, you had Mario Odyssey 1. You think you get Mario Odyssey 2? They made Donkey Kong instead. Donkey Kong will sell great, but will it have sold as much as Mario Odyssey 2? No. But I bet you they do a Mario game next. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. RPG, any thoughts on that one before we continue?
No, I mean, if the shit's gonna sell, then the shit's gonna sell. It's just how it is.
Great
If
word.
Mario,
What is
if
that? Great
Mario,
words from if the shit's gonna sell, the shit's gonna sell.
yeah, but I mean, if Mario stops selling, they're gonna stop making Mario.
Oh, Mario will
Or
never stop selling.
if Mario stops selling, they're gonna go back to the table and they're gonna figure out how the fuck do we make Mario sell? How the fuck do we make Kirby sell? How the fuck do we make Zelda sell?
If
Whatever's
Mario,
not selling,
if Mario stops selling, Nintendo will probably go bankrupt.
Yeah,
yeah,
no shit.
that's true.
Mario is the most
So
recognizable fucking character on the planet, I think.
Did you guys know how the
More than
name
Mickey Mouse or
how the
anybody.
name Kirby came out to be? Do you
yeah,
guys know?
I remember the story. I don't remember the story offhand, but I've heard it in documentaries.
So Kirby,
You know what's
so
funny? Before you start, I was wearing a Kirby shirt today to my kids wrestling, and I dropped them off, and I said, "We didn't have time to grab Gatorade. I'm gonna run and grab you a Powerade or whatever at the gas station." And the fucking dude at the counter was like, "Most underrated fucking character of all time," and I'm like, I don't know about all that, but yeah, he's cool.
So
I'm not a Nintendo guy at all, so I don't know really jack shit about fucking Kirby or Zelda or Mario. The only thing I enjoy about Nintendo is like the actual like Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but those are
That's
more
the only
my
shit I
type of
don't
games.
care about.
Exactly.
so
So we're like polar opposites when it comes to
Yeah.
Nintendo fandom. Is you like every fucking thing else Nintendo's put out, and I only like the fucking bare minimum of what they put out.
Nelson only likes Nintendo because it's the only thing that reminds him of retro fucking gaming. Because Nintendo fucking sucks ass. Uh,
PlayStation 6, yes.
so Kirby. Well, back in I think it was the '80s. I think it was Warner Brothers sued Nintendo because Nintendo came out with Donkey Kong. And Warner, I think it was Warner Brothers, but correct me if I'm wrong, was suing Nintendo saying that Donkey Kong was a ripoff of King Kong, and they took him to court. And this is at the time where Nintendo was heavy into arcade, and this is one of their big hits, and they needed that hit in order to stay in business. They were expanding to the West in America. And so there was a lawyer that Nintendo hired called, I think his name was John Kirby or something Kirby. Anyways, Kirby fought in court saying that Donkey Kong was a name that was like a John in Japan, where a lot of things were called Donkey or Kong or some shit, and they ended up winning the lawsuit in America, and that's how the name became kind of there's no intellectual property on it. And then ever since then, Nintendo repaid their lawyer by naming their next character Kirby. So pretty interesting how Nintendo had loyalty back in the day. Now, if you even make a drawing of Kirby, they'll fucking break your console and rape your mom. The next one is
As they should.
uh, Bioshock. Who's a Bioshock fan here? Who likes
Me, I didn't
Bioshock?
know it was fucking 10 years in the making, though. Good golly.
So
I've
we
literally played an hour and a half of Bioshock 1 and never played anything else Bioshock related.
Bioshock is fire. I played the trilogy for the first time about 2, 3 years ago, and I absolutely loved it. And then we saw Judas was coming out by the same dude who created it, and I was hyped for it. Still waiting for that game to come out. But there's been rumors over the last couple of years that they were working on a Bioshock 4 and a remaster of Bioshock 1. Well, it's a sad day for both because both of them are not being made. And let's just take a look here. It says a recent report has shed light on the development of Bioshock 4 while also revealing that a planned Bioshock remake has been canceled. The first Bioshock game is considered by many to be one of the absolute best
Fuck,
video
that's
games
one of my
ever
favorite
made.
games ever.
Its sequel earned a great deal of acclaim as well, though they didn't have quite the same impact as the original. Unfortunately, the Bioshock franchise has been dormant since Infinite was released in 2013. Makes it what,
Hmm.
12 years ago. Franchise creator Ken Levine moved on to other projects, and 2K effectively put their IP on ice beyond releasing a remastered collection of the three games, which is what I played. That changed with the creation of Cloud Chamber, which has been tasked with developing Bioshock 4. According to Bloomberg, Bioshock 4 development has had some troubles, apparently falling or failing a publisher review that has caused a leadership shakeup at Cloud Chamber. While a lot of focus has been on Bioshock 4 development woes, the report also mentioned that Bioshock Remake was apparently in the works only to get canceled. Between Bioshock 4's report behind the scenes problems and the unannounced Bioshock Remake being canned, it's certainly a sad day for fans of the franchise. However, there is some hope that the franchise could turn things around. Um, I don't think so. I think this was their opportunity, especially now in the world of remakes and remasters. That would have been one that would have been good, even though we did get that remastered or the HD, whatever it's called, version for the PS4. But I think the ship has sailed, and that also to me, right? To me, maybe you guys will disagree, but that shows to me how important it is to have some of these OGs of the video game industry and how important it is to keep him around. I mean, Levine um, left, right? And he's now creating his own game and he's bringing over all those Bioshock fans, right? They're going to go right along with it. They're going to buy Judas. They're going to play the fuck out of it. And more than likely, they're going to like it. He's going to take a lot of that creative juice that he had that they wouldn't let him do at the old studio, and he's gonna apply it now with this new one. But getting to Nelson, because I know Nelson will have a lot to say about this. But we all saw the Xbox layoffs, a couple weeks ago, and how like the creator of Doom got let go, right? And Banjo Kazooie creator got let go.
That was wild because he's like, you think of all these games they've had in development for like 8 years, and that dude was hitting all of his metrics. Like, we want you to be here by this date and that, and they were like on schedule. Like, who the fuck's on schedule in video game making?
Exactly.
Nobody.
So besides Xbox, of course, thinking with their fucking wallet, which they're not thinking with their wallet by thinking about their wallet, if that makes sense. How important do you think the video game industry is in a time now or in an age now? I mean, we kind of know they are, especially with how they treat us, the gamer, right? They know what we like and they don't want to give us what we like because they think we are old, old way of thinking is outdated. We are now, we need what do you call that? Diversity. We need, all sorts of shit. But do you think there's still a space in the video game industry for those OG developers like Levine and the guy from Banjo Kazooie and the Doom guy? Nelson, what do you think about that? Do you think there is still a room?
Yeah, but some need to step aside too. Like, I don't know. Well, actually, I just think of Bethesda, and I'm like, I don't think any.
Todd
I think
Howard's
that
probably the
team's
main one
just.
that's still there.
I know, but like, you look at their games over the past 20 years haven't evolved at all. Like, you know what I mean? They're still using the same playbook, and they haven't really, you know what I mean? Caught up times. It's
Hmm.
like a one-trick pony, but that pony's old and fucking got
No, they've
joint
been
pain
running
and shit like that.
they've been running the same fucking engine, the same creation engine since
I know,
Fallout
but they
3.
make their games basically the same too, and you know what
Yeah,
I mean? And it ain't cute
it
no more
is.
because the shit's fucking
It's
the
locked
way
to
they
the
make games
creation
is
engine.
it's ancient.
Yeah.
I don't know if they could make a good something different. You know what I mean?
Well, they can, but they got to get fucking Todd
Maybe, but
Howard and management out of there because they're stuck in the old ways.
Yeah, and I agree with RPG in the sense that I think there's I think that not only these people still have a space in the video game industry, but I actually think they're crucial to the success of the video game industry. But how do we utilize them the best way possible, right? Because we can't have some of these guys, like you said with Todd Howard, they're so fucking outdated. They're like they don't want change, and the change they do bring is held back by their way of knowing how to make games.
they want to
So
continue to make games the way they were 20 years ago, and
they
you
were.
gotta. It's like Uncharted 1. If that never evolved, would Uncharted made it to 4?
No,
I don't.
no.
I don't think so. It would have made it to 2, and that would have been it.
And it's like if you by the time you start making a game, right, and by the time that game ends, that way the way of making that game is already old. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna take you 5, 6, 7 years to make that fucking game. So by the time you're done from when you start, it's already old, right? So you thinking, okay, I push Control Alt Delete to make this game. I'm gonna push Control Alt Delete to make the next game. Sorry, player, but that's already old. There's already kids that were in my ball sack when you started making this game, and now they're fucking about to start high school by the time you start making your second game. Like it's a whole different world. But when I say they do have a space in this industry, is I've been a big component of this management. We need people that are able to take their creative juices and apply them. I don't think these guys should be behind a desk working on a freaking computer trying to make the next game and actually coding and shit. I think they need to just be what do you call that when you bring somebody in just to talk to them about something? Uh like
Consultation.
yes, like consultation work, right? I think that's where they really will get a time to shine, and you let some of these youngsters, take reins of the game and really turn it into something
Well,
that's modern.
that's all Todd needs to be anymore when it comes to Bethesda. He needs to be a consult. He doesn't need to be in charge of direction. He just needs to be an influencer of direction. Like, this is my vision, and you
Go
guys
do it.
figure out how to get to my vision and don't be limited to my vision. Show me how good the painting that I have in my mind can actually be on canvas.
But
And that
remember,
is his biggest hang up, is because he is the fucking painter, he is the canvas.
Todd Howard has it set up that when he and this is you can look this up. When Todd Howard goes somewhere, production stops because he needs to
Hmm.
say yes or no on every little thing. Like
Yeah, but that's one of the reasons that Pete Hines left.
that is
It
such
not
poor management.
and Pete Hines left because of the direction that Todd Howard got from fucking Microsoft. And when Microsoft said, "Yeah, we're going to shut down the PlayStation 5 port of Starfield, or even the
Yeah, he was like, "How am I supposed to
exclusivity
make this financially viable?"
of Starfield to the PlayStation 5," Pete Hines said he threw his fucking hands up and said, "No, I'm fucking done. Everything is going to be exclusive. No, go fuck yourself. I'm out."
Yeah.
Yeah, because that fucks up his bonuses too. Because it's like, oh,
Hmm.
he could have sold 7 million copies. Now we're going to sell 3
And the fact
total.
that Pete Hines didn't fucking
Most
go
of them on PC.
directly to PlayStation and go, whose fucking studio needs help? It is such a mind bust. But then again, Pete Hines could have said, you know what, I'm done. I I'm wrapping this shit up. I'm done with the gaming industry, and I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, such a shame. Such a shame losing talent like that, especially when for so many years they were short on talent and needed talent. And now it's like, fuck it, you're throwing them away like it's a fucking garbage. That's insane, bro. Committing 10, 15, 20 years of your life to a company and
Yeah, that's just poor fucking management.
yeah, poor fucking management. Hey, that's happened in my personal life. You know,
So
fucking been there for so long. They treat me the way they did. I'm out. All right. And now they're wondering why. And when you tell them why, it's like, okay, we're going to make changes. Well, it's too fucking late and the changes aren't worth a dick. So, um,
day late, dollar short.
yep. All right. Let's move on to
Uh,
our,
You're at the same job. You just left the store, right?
yeah. So let's move on to the next final to last topic. Right. And I wanted to kind of save this for last because I'm just kind of like over it a little bit, but not really. And I want to tell you guys how I feel about it, and I want to see if the guys agree with me or not. But title is Rumor. Leaked PS6 specs reveal affordable, power efficient next gen console for 2027. So, what's his name? D Batch on Mooch's podcast Crossfire about a month ago
Hmm.
kept talking about how the PS6 is coming out in 2027. And a lot of people made fun of him. I didn't make fun of him, but I was like, that seems like it's way too early. Seems way too freaking early.
It is. You'd think they'd want to have this generation longer than normal because they actually have something that, you know what I mean,
Well,
isn't as
yeah.
far behind as normal.
Well, so far nothing is well, not nothing, but a lot of things this gen haven't really made sense, especially on the PlayStation side, right? So this actually wouldn't even fucking surprise me if true. But let's go ahead and read this, see what the specifics are, and then we'll go around the table and we'll see what everybody. Hey, what's up, Hero? Hero's like I've been waiting for this the whole time. Sorry,
Howdy,
Hero.
hero.
What, the
We gotta
PS6 shit?
we gotta tease you. Um,
You just now
it,
showing up, you son of a bitch.
it starts off here saying
Yeah, it's been lonely in this bitch.
hardware leaker Moore's Law is dead, who previously accurately outed the specs of the PS5 Pro, claims to have seen an internal AMD presentation from 2023, which includes a ton of potential information about the PS6. Let's stop there right away. Let me just say this again, because people are fucking dumb. Moore's Law is dead is the name of the person. He previously and accurately outed the specs of the PS5 Pro. All right. So this guy who has given us this information was right about the PS5 Pro. Okay. Back in 2023, 2 years before the PS5 or a year before the PS5 Pro came out. Okay. So let's just Nelson, do you understand that this guy already predicted the P or
Yeah, I listened to the episode.
okay. RPG, you understand that too, right?
He was kind of
Yep.
accurate,
Okay.
semi-accurate,
He's accurate.
somewhat.
Moving.
He's accurate enough.
As he clarified multiple times throughout the video, the specs were accurate as of 2023 and may have been altered or changed since. However, he notes that after hey, what's up, C-Fresh? The specs were accurate as of 2023 and may have been altered or changed since. However, he notes that after speaking to someone familiar with PlayStation hardware development, Sony rarely strays too much from the initial pitch. Real quick, do I sound like a retard when I'm reading?
You're
Always.
Okay. Chat, do I sound like a retard when I'm reading? Like I'm slow, like I'm a slow learner? I really need to know this. I'm self-conscious about it. Continuing on.
Validate him. He needs to be told he's a retard.
Assuming this information is accurate, then expected it to be largely representative of what the platform holder was cooking. There are a few pieces of information that are particularly pertinent here. Firstly, the Japanese giant is working hard to ensure the system will be affordable, and it's aiming for a price much lower than the PS5 Pro. Let's stop there. Let's stop here real quick. I want to talk about pricing first. We're going to break this thing down. So pricing. When the PS5 Pro came out, I said how it was way too fucking expensive for what you're getting. I still stand by that to this day. Everybody said, well, you better go PC because it's only going to get more expensive from here on out. I'm not going to say give me my flowers because it's not out yet, and this thing could be completely fucking wrong.
I wouldn't either.
But let's assume this is right. Can I get my fucking flowers, please?
No, because it ain't right.
Thank you. There ain't no fucking way the general consensus of people are going to be spending fucking $600, $700, $800 for a fucking video game console, especially not the way the economy is. Let me catch up with the chat real quick, and then I'll go over to RPG or Nelson, whoever wants to go. 27 Hero says 2027 is right on schedule, but it should have been delayed till late 28. Hero says either way, I'm day one. I don't want to see a PS6 until at least 2028. He was more than 8% accurate on the
2030.
PS5 Pro. C Fresh says sounds better than a lot of other people. All I can say is with the tariffs, don't expect less than 500 or 649 for the digital version. Yeah, I agree with some of that. All right. Nelson, what do you think about the pricing that they're trying to be more affordable than the $700
Oh, they're
Pro?
always trying to do that, but I mean,
But they can.
I don't know. Unless they know something we don't, fucking, I don't see it happening.
What do you mean?
Ain't nothing going down in price for any chips. There, nothing like that. I just don't see it.
Why?
The only thing I can think of, maybe it's not much better than the PS5 as far as like specs, but the AI and the upscaling so much better that, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, see, you're in the same trap that a lot of these fucking dudes be on. Why are we assuming, like, if I go buy a T-shirt at Walmart, Walmart is selling it to me for $10. Walmart is making $8 on that T-shirt profit, right? If I wholesale buy that fucking T-shirt, I'm not gonna be buying it for $10 a shirt. I'm gonna be buying it for $2 a shirt and making
They're
$8
getting it
profit.
from the same damn people, though. That's the thing.
But you guys are acting like fucking PlayStation is paying retail for all these fucking components. Like they're not. PlayStation is making fucking about 30% profit on the PS5 Pro. Like 30% of fucking $700 is a lot of fucking money. That's over $200 that they're making per console. So when we
I don't know
say
where you
that,
got that information, but I'm glad someone knows.
well, I'm guessing. Just like this is a
Yeah, you
podcast,
are.
and we're all fucking.
I figured you were because
Everything we do is guess. All we do is talk shit. Nobody here's a fucking professional. So obviously, a podcast is based on fucking bullshit. And yes, I'm gonna say 30% because that is the fucking pinpoint where people want to be in profit in business, including cars, which is a high ticket item. Now they
cars
end
don't
up
sell software afterwards. They sure as hell don't take a loss.
it doesn't fucking matter. They want to make 30% on the fucking hardware and they want to make 30, 40, 50% on the software. Sometimes even 60%. It just depends on a lot of different variables. But we'll just say 30%, even if it's 20%. That's still fucking over $150. That's a lot of fucking money. So if PlayStation doesn't want to be under $700, that's because they don't want to be at $700. Either poor fucking planning on their end for the console, or just fucking greed. Either or, I don't fucking care. But the point is, you're not gonna sell 100 million consoles at $700. That's just not feasible. RPG, what do you think about pricing?
All right, I'm back. Uh, the Pro, PS5 Pro, selling at $700 right now. With them going into the midterm, so let's say 2024, because that was basically the midterm for the generation. They didn't receive a price drop for the base. They received discounts and sales for the base for limited time, but they didn't overall reduce the price of the base full stint. They actually increased the price of the base, much like Microsoft did with the Xbox Series X and the Series S. So when it comes to the PlayStation 6, do I see them going any less than $700 for the base PS5, or base PS5, but the base PS6?
I can see the digital being 600.
I don't.
Possibly.
No,
I don't
I
either.
don't.
I'll be honest.
there won't be a digital or physical. It's gonna be one console, $600.
It'll be digital,
And if you want to buy a disc drive, you can.
But here's my thing: is when that comes out, PS6 comes out, digital or physical or what the fuck ever, you are not going to put that bitch out on the market at $600 when there's a $700 PS5 Pro out on the market. So one of the two things are going to have to happen. They're going to have to cut the price of the base and the Pro of the last generation of console, or they're going to have to sell it at the same or more of the last gen console.
Well, that's assuming they want to continue selling the PS5 Pro, which when they come out to 6, they don't give a fuck. They want people to move on over. You know what I mean? They're not gonna.
Well, I mean, let's look at the Nintendo Switch, because didn't they just raise the price of the Nintendo Switch 1?
Yeah, but Nintendo's also selling $80 games.
They're selling
Meaning that
one
Nintendo don't give a
game.
fuck.
Nintendo's the only one who makes real money off of hardware, though, and then they just raise their prices.
PlayStation
making
does too.
fucking-
Like the original Switch is probably like 200, maybe a little over $200 to make tops.
If
Hell
that,
no, it's cheaper than that. It's way less than that.
I mean,
I was under
lucky.
100. Under
They're
100.
lucky. That's why
they're
they're so damn
spending
profitable.
$120 to make a fucking Switch, right?
Yeah, under $100. Yeah, that thing is so outdated. Even when it came out, that shit's cheap.
That thing's hella fucking. They're making bank on them Switches. And they got 3 tiers. They got a Switch Lite, they got a Switch OG, and they got a Switch OLED. And now they got the fucking Switch 2. They're making bank. And you can't tell me that that Switch 2 is worth $450 fucking dollars.
Oh, fuck no.
For the fucking platform
no.
that is printed on.
No, it's not. If I had to put a guesstimate cost on the Switch 2, I would say cost to make that thing is $200, $250 max. Max. And I'm being like generous here.
And you can't tell me that back in 2020, a Xbox Series S is worth the $300 that they asked for. Fuck no.
Remember, the cost, because we focus a lot on cost on the actual materials, but people forget it's the R&D we're playing for here. You know what I mean? How many millions did it take for them to figure out that by making this button slightly bigger is, better?
Store cut and shipping and.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the materials itself. So for the Pro, let's catch up with the chat here because Hero and Seafresh got some good opinions here. Let me scroll back a little bit. The thing with a mass market console is that there's no way they can sell enough at 700. They get mass adoption. They need it to be cheaper for the first 20 million sales. I agree. That's why I said that like RPG said, they have to make it, because of the Pro, the pricing. And I was like, well, once they move past that, the PS6 is here, they don't They're not gonna want to continue selling the old hard. They're not Nintendo, where Nintendo is just fine selling fucking the Switch One because now they're just making even more money.
I
Because
mean,
PlayStation is selling the hard software now,
could they do the price drop right before the PS6 drops? Of course.
and they will.
But history is not repeating itself because they didn't do a price drop this generation like they did last generation.
And also to go with that is, and we also have to take account into cultural things, right? Because culturally wise, we're in a whole completely fucking landscape here. We're talking the top 3 or 4 biggest companies in the world doubled and tripled in size after COVID. And they realized that they can make a shit ton of more money if they control the fucking market and don't
Yeah,
give
like
out price.
Nvidia and shit like that.
Like they don't
Holy
have to do
fuck.
discounts anymore. You know, they don't have to. They're fucking it's the same shit we're pre-ordering. Why fucking change anything if we're making hand over fist? So we have to distinguish two things, right? The first thing is selling shit for cheaper because they want shit to move more versus selling shit for cheaper because they fucking have to. They don't fucking
Uh,
have to do shit. They're making
it's
more than
that
enough
old
money.
it's that old status quo, you know, supply and fucking demand.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Supply and demand also involves in this. But and the C-Fresh says 550 for digital, 600 with disk drive. I would just get rid of the disk drive. They would just do 600 for one, and if you want a disk drive, it's gonna cost you about $700, kind of like the Pro,
Hmm.
where you gotta buy
Yep.
a stand and disk drive separate. I don't. If they
But
include a stand, it's gonna be the cheapest fucking shit you can get.
Maybe
I
they just
see
design it where it sits up by itself better. I don't know. Not that
I
it's
see
horrible
seven
now.
hundred
Mine's
dollars
sitting up without a
as
stand right now.
base. So is mine. My PlayStation 5 Pro is sitting without a stand, without a disk drive, without shit. It's just sitting there, and it's been fine ever since.
All right, let's continue here with the article. There are a few pieces of information that are particularly pertinent here. Firstly, okay, I already read that. Of course, global economics and tariffs could potentially upend its effort here, but it's clear the goal is to make a mass market product and not a $1,000 supercomputer. Secondly, it said that the system could enter manufacturing as soon as mid
Thank you,
2027,
Luke.
which would likely point to a late 2027 or early 2028 release date. That's assuming everything goes to plan, of course. In addition to the PS6, the platform holder is also working on a handheld, which has been rumored for quite some time now. The most interesting detail about this is that it appears to be on the same development timeline as the PS6, so it's possible it could launch simultaneously alongside the next gen console. Again, this is expected to hit a mass market price point, although it understandably will be less powerful than the PS6 itself, as has been speculated already. The PS5 new low power mode may be doubling as a target benchmark for developers to hit on the portable, which is expected to comfortably outperform the Switch 2. So those are all the headline details, but let's get into the nitty-gritty of the proposed specs. The new console, the PS6, is codenamed Orion and is targeting the following as of this alleged 2023 presentation: 8x Zen 6 or later cores, 40-48 plus RDNA 5 computer units at 3 gigahertz plus, 160-watt TBP, 160-bit or 192-bit bus with GD. I don't fucking know what none of this shit is.
Sounds like a piece of shit, is what it sounds like.
Rasterization performance, 3x PS5 ray tracing expected to be higher, so 3 times the PS5. Chiplet design, backwards compatible with PS4 and PS5, whatever. And of course, whatever. I'm not gonna go over the specs because I don't fucking know what the fuck none of this shit means. But here's
No,
some.
and majority of the community doesn't know what this shit is, but is from what I've read and what I've heard, the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro is running a Zen 2 system. So to go from a Zen 2 to a Zen 6 is a very, very far reach. Now there is Zen 4 out there in the world, But
Yeah, they couldn't even be designing this yet because these don't even exist yet.
it
So
doesn't even exist yet. So
they haven't even got
to
Zen
go
5 out yet.
to go from a 2 to a 6 is a very massive leap. Granted, we have what about 18 months roughly at the short term to get to Zen 6. Yeah, but these are all rumors, these are all leaks, this is all hearsay, he said, she said bullshit.
Which he was right on the first one.
He was right. I'm not taking anything away from Nate the Hate or whoever put this out, or Special Nick or whoever.
It was
I'm
like
not.
6 months before release, though, not 2 years, too. Though
I'm. I'm
things
not
change a
taking
No,
lot
no,
any.
more.
no. The
Yeah, I'm not taking any.
presentation was 2 year or was a year and a half. He got the information fucking like 6 months before the console got announced.
Again, I'm not taking anything away from the guy. I'm not, because I'm not an insider. I don't have connections to the inside or any of that shit. But I believe what is put out in front of me from Sony, PlayStation, or from Microsoft and Xbox, that's what I believe. So when they decide to make their presentations and they decide to show their information, that's what I'll believe. When it comes to like Microsoft and Xbox, it's all hearsay because they don't actually like to show their fucking numbers versus PlayStation where
They don't show
they'll
any of their
actually
fucking nothing.
where PlayStation and Sony, they'll actually have a presentation, and it might be a 30-minute, 45-minute long conversation about numbers that we don't fucking understand or we don't give a fuck about. They'll actually put that shit out there versus Microsoft and Xbox. But that's all I'll say on that. Again, I'm not discrediting. I'm not saying anything negative to either one
A lot of shit
individuals.
changes in 2 to 3 years. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, we are.
I start entertaining shit like the year before I would expect it to come out. That's just me.
Well,
Yeah.
this is a year before the shit's supposed to come out, or a year and a half or so, 18 months before the shit's supposed to come out, roughly within that window.
I just really don't see it coming out in 2027. But
Yeah, we didn't see Helldivers going to fucking Xbox neither.
I mean,
yeah,
Boomstick did.
yeah, Boomstick did.
You know what I mean?
They've
But
been calling that shit for 4 years, but you know.
yes, sometimes when you throw shit at the wall, it does stick.
Just
Um,
takes a couple of years.
the look, I'm with Fresh. I think that it's too early, not in the sense
Way too early.
of time, right? Because it's not. It's right in line with what they've been doing forever. Too early, as in PlayStation needs to be talking about what specs their next game's gonna have instead of talking about specs that fucking their console's gonna have. Because at a certain point, I have a PS5 Pro. I have no reason to upgrade to a fucking PS6. Not for what I paid for the fucking Pro. How much better is this game gonna, or how much better are these games gonna look? How much better are these games gonna perform? How many games are we getting? Is this gonna speed up development time? If you're telling me that I can get a first party AAA game from, I don't know, Naughty Dog in 3 years with a PS6, but it takes 7 years on a PS5 Pro, then I'm gonna fucking jump on that PS6 fucking faster than I can.
Well,
You
luckily
know
for
what
you,
you're
you'll have at least 5 years of fucking cross gen.
But
yeah. You know what you're gonna get with that PS6? Last of Us 2 remastered, remastered, remastered.
remastered, yeah. But yeah,
God of War Ragnarok remastered. Fucking Days Gone remastered, remastered.
as
If that's the only thing that's to look forward to in the PS6 gen, you could fucking miss me with that shit.
but as soon as what was the other thing? Oh fuck. As far as
Show me new games.
backwards compatibility, yeah, it should be able to run PS4, PS5 games. It should. We're in an era now where people don't give a fuck about starting over again. That's the reason, well, a lot of reasons the Xbox gamers say that they lost the PS4 gen, right? But I don't believe that's fully the case. It does have a lot to do with it, but not fully. It fully has to do, they just don't have the fucking games. But so what games are going to carry over if you ain't got shit? But people are now they're not. It's not like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, or Nintendo to Super Nintendo, Super Nintendo to N64, N64 to fucking Dreamcast, Dreamcast to fucking Wii, DS, where
Yeah,
people are
they can get
now.
they can get the development kits and fucking have the game out before the system even releases. Now you get them a year and a half in advance, but you need another 3 4 years on the. You know what I mean?
People are not going to be starting over their libraries, especially games going to fucking $80 or, even at $70. So now that shit has to be backwards compatible. So I don't think we're going to see any issues with that. Honestly, if there is an issue with PS4 backwards compatibility, then we know that it's a made up fucking issue. Like they're just trying to nickel and dime. Honestly,
Mm.
what they should be fucking doing is, hey, this game is not compatible, but it's free to you since you paid for it, right? And that's at the level we should be now because we're now each one of these games is like you're buying a fucking big ticket item in a way. Performance, what are we gonna get? Fucking 120 frames at 4K or 8K? Like what are we doing here?
8K is not a thing.
8K 30. Well, by then, 8K 30, 120, 1440, 4K 60 with ray tracing.
It better be fucking four. It better be 4K 120. If they're gonna be charging
It won't be.
700, then there's no reason to fucking buy it. We can get fucking 4K right now. We can get 1440 for 120 now. We can get 60 now. We can get out of this
No, we
shit
can't.
now. Fuck you, me. We getting 60 right now on everything.
Not 120 though. Only on maybe COD that runs on PS4.
More than a few games have 120.
Just
We can get
shooters,
that shit now.
racing games.
We can get that shit now. What are you bringing new to the table? What are some features you guys would want on a PS6 or a new Xbox console? Well, let's just leave Xbox out of it because we. But what new features would you like from a PS6? Like
I
what
don't
would be the
fucking
thing?
need features. I need fucking IP. That's what I need. That's what I bought
No,
the
you
console
guys don't
for.
need IPs. You guys said the state of play was fucking phenomenal and it's coming and whatever. I'm the only one that's been bitching about IP all year.
No, I need IP. That's what I bought the fucking console for. I didn't buy the console for fucking features. Yeah, the DualSense is great and it's awesome, whatever. It's a step up from the PS4. Awesome. The SSD, great, awesome. I need to play games on the console I actually fucking bought. Whether it's first party or third party. That's all I care about. I don't play I don't turn on my PS5 to stare at the fucking dashboard.
Yeah, but
I
we are getting games. We
bought
are getting third party games.
We are, but I want to see what the first party's got going.
Well,
I
you're
want to
going
We
see
against
already know
again.
nothing.
I want to see the
Conquered.
next God of War. I want to see the next fucking Ratchet and Clank.
We
And we
still
got
haven't
the
seen the goddamn space game that they've been working on for fucking six
That is
years.
not. There's no such
fucking
thing.
Cory
There's no such
Barlog's
thing.
fucking shit.
There's no such thing
Yeah,
as a Cory Barlog space game. That doesn't
Yeah,
exist.
that's like
it's Warhawk.
fucking fantasy or yeah, Starhawk,
Well, whatever the
Warhawk,
fuck he's been
Firehawk,
working
whatever
on
the
for
fuck
fucking
ever it
10
is.
years.
It hasn't been 10 years. It's been 4
It's been
years.
7. He was working on it right after he finished God of War.
No, he took a couple years off.
It was like a
Yeah,
year.
it's in the same fucking ether as fucking Light No Fire. That's where that's at.
I would hope that would be out by now.
Yeah, well, I fucking
Oh,
hope too, but here we are,
oh, you mean
fucking
it's never gonna come out?
pissing
I
in
got
the
you.
wind.
Well, guys, I've been saying this since fucking last year. Everybody fucking clown me, made fun of me, saying that I'm being too greedy. I wish I could. I'm gonna check. Hopefully I can pull up the chats from the Discord. But everybody call me all sorts of names for wanting more
Well,
IP from PlayStation. What
I
more
don't
do
want to
you
hear about a
want,
game that's
Will?
fucking 10 years or
What
10
more do
years
you
from now
fucking
either.
want? Right? That's what they told me. And then they told me, well, PlayStation's been working on live service games, so they're gonna have to catch up. Well, yeah, they are. And now it's gonna be another 4 or 5 years before we do see some of those games. So we're not gonna see shit till the fucking middle to the
PS6.
half of the PS6 gen. Like if we
Yep.
even get a fucking launch, I say if we get 2 launch titles for the PS6, I will be shocked. We're gonna get
It,
one minimum because PlayStation always does at least one. But more than that, it's gonna be on a prayer.
by that time, that'll be day and date with PC, and that's where I'll be at.
Yep, by then it'll be day and date on PC. I don't really give a fuck about day and date on PC. I'm a console gamer. there's nothing PC can really offer me unless it's exclusive games that I can only play on PC. Or if
Yeah,
they do some sort of console
Steam games.
style fucking, Steam style console that I can, that's like a Steam Deck where it's easy to use. Otherwise,
That, that's where it's going.
I asked Nelson this question, maybe you know. What are Steam exclusive games that sold 10 million or more, or
I don't
PC
have a fucking
exclusive?
clue because
Yeah,
I'm not
because
a PC guy.
we couldn't think of any.
You got to go
And
back like 15 years.
Yeah, I would think like Half Life and shit like that, but
yeah, because the guys were saying how PlayStation, 10 million for one game is just nowhere near enough because they have a base of whatever hundreds of millions of gamers between
There's
PS4
si-
and PS5.
there's 6 billion, there's 6 billion fucking or whatever 2 billion goddamn PCs out there, but
yeah, like things like like World of Warcraft and shit like that. But yeah, as far as like
it's old. It's all really old.
as far as them having like something modern like a Fortnite, I don't believe they have something like that, but that could be proven wrong.
Yeah, I don't know, but we will see on this whole
Star
PSP
Star
thing, man.
Star Citizen.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that thing that you have to spend like $98,000 to have fucking
Yep.
everything in the game. Yeah, yeah, that sounds like a fucking blast.
You get like 3,000 ships, and they can actually break in real life. So then you have to buy a
Oh
new one.
yeah, yeah, fucking sign me up.
yeah, fuck that. And then
Imagine
last thing,
crashing one of those. Imagine spending fucking 3 bands on a ship and crashing that bitch.
Nah,
the
I'm
last
good.
thing I wanted to talk about is I think we all have seen Chronos. Gameplay has
That
been
looked
out.
good.
Some people are loving it. Some people are really don't give a shit about it. I like it. Um, I think it looks good. Gameplay looks good. Nothing that blows me out the water or anything like that. But it's definitely looks like a decent, good quality game
It
that's
looks
coming.
brutal. I like brutal.
Yeah, it looks brutal.
It gives me serious Dead Space vibe.
But the reason we're gonna talk about this as the last kind of topic is because if you are a physical game owner like me, the only place you can get an actual physical copy of the game where the game is on the disc itself is on PlayStation. You won't be able to do it with Nintendo. You won't be able to do it on Xbox. You definitely won't be able to do it on PC. You can only do it on PlayStation. And we all we saw the verification of that during the Nintendo third party show that they had a couple of days ago. But the reason I want to bring up this game is because Nintendo was known as the king of physical games. And for them to take such a huge dip just a couple months later is blowing my mind. Also, this highlights a big opportunity for PlayStation that they can really take advantage of. Now, me and shout out to Tornado Screw on the Discord. We had a little bit back and forth on the Discord about how the physical game purchases are going down year over year, and right now, physical game purchases are between 15 to 20% of all video game sales, which is really really low. But what I told Hero is yes, it's very very low, but we're talking about 15-20% of billions of dollars. So even though it's a low percentage, it's still a shit ton of fucking money. We're still talking about 150, $200 million for every billion. And we know the video game industry yearly is about $150 billion. I'm not going to say the numbers equate.
Yeah, but that's not game sales.
That's what I was just saying before
Okay,
Nelson really interrupted me. I know it
good.
doesn't
I'm good at it.
equate, right? Because the video game industry is broken off in so many different uh, sections, but we're still
Hardware
talking
subscriptions, fucking
billions of
microtransactions,
dollars
etc.
that they're making off physical game sales. So it's not something you just drop like a bad habit, right? You still got to keep producing because there's still sales going on. Heck, even now when I go buy some of these games, RoboCop, for example, the DLC, I went to GameStop, there was only one copy left. I'm like, dude, how many you guys get? He's like, we got about 15 of these in my store. So just in 2 days, they sold 14 copies, and I bought the last one. So they sold out in the first weekend of physical, because the DLC or the expansion came out middle of July, I think July 18th. Physical came out 2 weeks later. So just in the weekend from the game first came out, It's sold out, right? And that's just one GameStop. I can't even imagine Amazon, Target, all these other places, Best Buy, other GameStops. PlayStation has a unique opportunity here where they continue to put the disc or the games on the disc. They're still playable. Do you think, for both of you guys, physical game owners like myself will see PlayStation as kind of the default gaming console moving forward if they stay doing what they're doing now with the physical games? We'll start with you, RPG. What do you think about that?
I hope that they continue to do physical for people like yourself and people like Thrifty and so on and so forth. I hope that they continue to support physical gamers. I am not a physical gamer. I buy 99 fucking percent of my shit digital because I'm a lazy ass and I don't want to go to the store and buy a physical game and then get up every time I want to play something different and change a disc.
That is the
But
dude. That's 10 seconds, if that.
yeah, I know. But
I was
like I
hardcore.
said,
I was hardcore physical up until I had kids, but they're
yeah,
getting older. They're
yeah.
getting older.
And you might revert. You might go,
I
okay, well
I
now,
want to start buying, except for like multiplayer shit. Because if I want to play with my kid, I'm not buying fucking.
Yes,
I'm not buying two fucking
yes.
copies.
Don't do that. I
yeah,
regret buying Helldivers physical. No need to, except for it looks
and
pretty.
that's where you get is you are progressing up there in, I don't want to call you old, but you're progressing up there in age where you don't want to buy shit over and over, and you're now getting to the point where you're getting in from the modern era into the retro era, where you want to buy once and that's it and done. Where my ass is like, I'm just lazy. I want to click a button and I want to send it to the screen and I want to play. But I hope that Sony continues because to be able to keep the physical disc alive. Because Sony is like one of the only ones left that are actually printing the fucking game on the disc. Nintendo's just shipping you a bullshit card with the key on it. Xbox is shipping you a disc with a bullshit key on the disc.
No, Xbox stopped shipping disc. They do like
Okay, well,
one fucking. They'll
I,
do
I
one
remember when
game.
they I remember when they put out their Starfield like holy shit collection. They shipped out this fucking like little tablet thing, little collector's item with the fucking keycard code on the back of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so and they've been out of that business for what, 4 or 5 years,
Not
and then
these last
Nintendo.
layoffs, but the previous layoffs. Xbox got rid of their physical games department, like the department that
Yeah,
was in
and,
charge of
and
that. They
so
let them
so
all go.
Sony is like the only one that still has like an actual digital disc distribution of their games. And we all look over at PC and Steam, and that's basically 99 fucking percent digital from on that side.
Oh, Steam,
So
yeah.
yeah, so Sony is the last wave. So I hope that they continue, but at the same time, I see them as they're going to start crunching numbers. They're going to see if it's going to be worth their while. And once it's not worth their while, they're going to cut and run. And they're going to go, okay, we're going to have to start going the way of Nintendo. We're going to have to start going the way of
Well,
Xbox.
Nintendo's still supporting their shit physical. It's everyone else that said I'm not doing it.
Yeah, because Nintendo put them in a fucked up position. That's why. They knew
They
what they
but
were
they have
doing.
they have since the fucking N64.
Yeah, but this is worse. This is way worse than that. They said you're either gonna get a fucking 4 gig cartridge or a 64 gig cartridge. No in between. Well, guess what? That price hike between, I think it's 4 or 6. It could be 4 or 6, but the price difference now, you're talking about dollars, right? And if you're a fucking, people also think that, first off, third party don't sell that well on Nintendo to begin with. So now you have to overcome that. It wasn't somebody until Cyberpunk came out and said it like, yeah, we're taking a hit on it, but we will because that's what the gamers want. and that was the best-selling game third party on the Switch. It still is because it has the game on the cartridge. And Nintendo is actually freaking out a little bit about this. And I don't want to say freaking out like they got to make something happen, but they did something unique this weekend that we haven't seen Nintendo do in a long time, which is they started sending mailers out, emails, asking a very specific question. You get four options. One, do you strongly support physical cartridges? Two, are you iffy about it? Three, are you neither here or there? Or four, you're against it, right? So they're actually now digging into why the fuck aren't people buying physical cartridges third party, but they do our first party, which doesn't take a fucking genius to realize why. Every single third party game that's on a physical cartridge is selling well. Everything that's not, it's not selling. Nintendo can afford to hit. Nintendo can afford, especially with their prices, because they're making 70 now on their games instead of 60. So if now they're making 60, let's just say for easy math, $65 instead of 70 because they got to pay the $5 for the cartridge, they're still making $5 over their fucking original deal. Third
Mm-hmm.
party isn't charging 70 on Nintendo. They're still charging the 60. So now they got to pay Nintendo 30%, plus they're taking a couple dollars off to fucking pay for that 64 gig cartridge when Nintendo should have just done a fucking 6, 10, 12, 15, 30 gig like they did before. But Nintendo, just like they did with their rollout, said, fuck you, third party. We do this shit. And if you want to come along, you come along. If not, fuck off. Which is confusing to me because you literally just had a third party partner demonstration during your fucking Nintendo Switch 2 announcement. You had third party in there. They were actually a big portion of your announcement. So why are you treating them the way that you are? When I talked about Nintendo and the Switch 2 rollout, I talked about how with Nintendo not releasing any review consoles, it's not that it hurt Nintendo, it hurt third party because nobody knew how third party ran, how the games ran. Did they run at 60? Were they, 4K, like docked, undocked? Nobody knew none of that information. So when we got the first numbers for the Switch 2 sales, third party was basically nowhere found. It was all Mario Kart because people were waiting for the reviewers to say their thing about the third party games and how they're performing. So Nintendo is such a selfish company in more ways than just they fucking hate the gamer and they want to milk you for everything they got, but they also hate their fucking partners too. And I don't want to say hate, but they just are thinking about themselves only
They're
that they
secondary.
forget that third party. Well, if they want to sell 100 million consoles, you need third party involved in there, right? You're not gonna fucking do it all by yourself with just fucking Mario. It's just not. As big as Mario's in an IP, you're not selling 100 million copies just off fucking the Mario name. You're just not. Not in
No,
the amount of
and
space that
all
they want to.
no, and all these third-party devs are gonna see the Nintendo Switch One console sales, 150 million or whatever their number was, and now they're seeing the Switch 2 make fucking bank on their sales. Yeah, they're gonna go, hey, we need to get on that shit because they're getting ready to make that 150 number look like dog shit
Yeah.
with the Switch 2. So, whatever we need to do to make this game work on the Switch 2, let's get it done because that's going to be a massive number. And those Switch Nintendo players are going to fucking pay the money because
Hmm.
those Switch games, whether they're digital or they're physical, are going to fucking sell.
Well, for people that say that the physical games are dying, let me give you an example of how much they're dying. Not only is limited run games making more games than ever, they're also making no more money than ever. Um, uh, fuck, I forget their name. But just in the last 3 years, we have gotten three new physical game publishers that all they do is contact studios and publishers to print their game. Three new companies. One of them is even a boutique one where they'll sell you a game with $100 for $100 or $60. It just depends on the games. And not only will they give you the game on the disc or the cartridge, they will also give you an art book with signatures from the fucking director and the developer and insider fucking interviews and how they created this character, and they're making it super fucking personalized, right? And people are forking over. The last game they did, I forget what it's called, but they sold out in a day. We don't know the exact numbers, but will it play with no internet, but will it play or does it play? Does it play? They calculated that they had roughly about 10,000 copies that sold out in a day. So people keep talking about physical as if it's this dead and gone fucking thing, but yet new businesses are being created every fucking year over the last 3 years in specific with companies that specifically focus on creating physical, making these games physical. And now they're getting crazy with it. They're fucking, I mean, they're even going back and making fucking shit for the Genesis. Like these 16-bit games that are coming out for the PS5 are getting ported over to the Genesis. These 100 megabyte games, they're getting ported for the fucking Nintendo 64. Like it's insane what they're doing now. So for Nintendo to discount third party like that or anybody else is a foolish fucking thing to do. Because even if you could sell 100,000 physical copies and you sell 9 million digital, that's still 100,000 potential customers that will buy your console, would invest in your ecosystem, will pay for PS Plus. That's just additional money in the millions, right? The number seems small, but each one of these people, if they just buy one game throughout the console generation, just one, that's $60. Let's just on the low end, right? You're talking about $6.6 million just off the one game they buy. So it's still a big business. It's still big fucking money being spent there, and it bothers me a little bit, not because I'm a physical game purchaser, but because of the options. Right? That's one more thing they're taking away from us. That's one more alternative route that we can take. Right? Because at the end of the day, both of you guys are fully digital. But at the end of the day, if you saw, I don't know, a Lost Soul Aside, right, dropping tomorrow, and you can get a physical copy for $10 or a digital for 60, you would fucking buy the physical just because it's $10. And that's the option that you have with physical, and that's the option that they want to take away from us and force us into their digital ecosystem. So then the prices are fixed. What they say is what we pay, and there's no alternate route to go ahead and get it cheaper.
There's no overstock on a digital front.
And there's no overstock. There's none of that shit, which is a benefit of it. But
It
either
is
way,
because you can get games cheap when they're like, "Yo, we got the shit needs to go." Like, give it a like fucking. I can't remember. Was it Starfield or no Redfall? They were giving fucking copies away. I'm pretty sure just to get it out of
Yeah.
their store.
I mean, it was taking up shelf space. It was taking
Yeah,
up.
they literally just handed it out to people. What was another one? Babylon's Fall. They were just giving that shit away. They didn't mark that shit down to $5. You could just walk into the store and grab a copy.
Yeah.
yeah, it's sad, man. The way Nintendo treated a third party, man, and it took about a month for a third party to get going on physical sales, and even then, from all the games announced on the Nintendo partner fucking show thing, only like one or two games actually come on the cartridge.
Don't
So
they have another Nintendo Direct coming up soon?
no, this one is like a first party show. It's like yeah, Nintendo Direct. It's like a
Yeah,
first party one.
Hey, I seen
I didn't think
something.
there would be one till September, but
Yeah, I
that's
seen
cool.
something in Discord that Nelson was commenting on, and I hadn't had time to look at it. I was busy at work, but he was like, "Damn, another one! I didn't expect one until September, but I didn't have a chance to look at it."
Well, remember, all we got really from Nintendo. It seems like a lot, but all we got was
They
their.
might have two. I think they'll have two smaller ones because they got what Pokemon coming up soon. I could see them doing one in like October that shows like I don't know Metroid coming up in I don't know. Let's just say November, and then something for like February or something. You know what I mean? Even if it's a
Well, they
third party
have
exclusive or something.
they have the Kirby DLC coming out. They got the Mario. What is it called? Jebly or Jamboree or whatever the fuck that is. DLC
Jamboree. You got the
Jamboree.
Pokemon game. You got Metroid coming. You got Kirby Air Raiders coming.
Yeah,
So it seems like a lot, but it really isn't a lit. It ain't
It's a lot.
shit. It's fucking like six different things. That's it. They're just good at marketing it and make sure that it
That's like
sticks
the
with you.
whole fucking goddamn generation for PlayStation.
well, I
No,
mean,
it's not. Not even close.
we also have
PlayStation did that the first year.
Gamescom Open Night Live or whatnot coming out here at the end of August too.
Yeah, no, I don't ever really watch any of those. I mean, I don't ever watch Nintendo shit either. I
Oh, they got
just
that FromSoft game too. I don't know when that comes out though.
Oh,
next year.
Dust Blood.
God damn.
That's next year. That's 2026.
Yeah.
But there y'all have it. That is the show for tonight, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. We'll be back next week Sunday. Thank you to our special guest RPG for quitting and then coming back. RPG, let the people know.
Yeah, you can all go fuck yourself.
There y'all have it. You can find him on our Discord. And Nelson, let the people know.
Don't at me.
Nelson Gaming 12 everywhere.
There y'all have it. And then of course, Will. We'll see you guys on Tuesday if RPG doesn't quit for that one. But I'm thinking we're gonna play some more Dead Island. I had a good time with it on Tuesday. I told the people that I was gonna ask you to play on Wednesday, but then I wanted to beat the thing before the month end, so I didn't. And plus, I didn't see you playing it, so I was like, he probably doesn't want to play. But I think we might play that
What game? What game?
Dead Island.
Yeah, let's play it Tuesday. Is bitch ass Nelson gonna jump in?
No, Nelson
When?
works fucking third shift.
I'll be on vacation on Thursday. I'm gone all weekend.
No,
No,
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Tuesday
Oh,
night.
no, I work nights though.
Oh, you bitch.
I got
ass.
3 days left at my job.
Then you work first shift.
No.
So then why the fuck you
But
telling us you got
I'll
3
have
days
every
left?
other Thursday off. I'll have every other Thursday off though.
But it's
Doesn't help you on a
Tuesdays.
Tuesday. I know.
Once
Maybe
again,
you can have random Thursday Rumble or something.
I lost my virginity at 16. Oh, I thought we were talking about shit that fucking doesn't matter, right? Fucking
Yeah,
Nelson.
Okay.
Nelson's just making up excuses.
Thursday and then fucking
good.
Sunday and then fucking like okay. All right, guys. Hit up Nelson every other Thursday, I guess, when he's off. But he still works third shift, so didn't add anything to that. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today, man. Work week starts for us tomorrow. RPG's weekend starts after tomorrow, so it's a little different there. But yeah, come hang out.
It does.
Come hang out on Tuesday. We'll be playing some Dead Island, man. We had a good time. 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join, just send us a DM and we'll get you in there. Otherwise, we'll catch you next time. Keep it gaming.